It's running great.
Oh. Oh, my microphone's on. Whoops. I sure hope I didn't make any weird noises. Hi. Meow. Sorry I'm late. Sorry. I'm still doing my shoutouts. I can't find my video, my shoutout video. I lost it. Where did it go? Where did you go? It's on my desktop somewhere. I don't know where it went. What is this? No, that's Space Marine. Where'd it go? I'm just gonna download it again from Discord. Let me download this. Why? Give me copy message link. That might work. No, that's not gonna work. I need the media. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi. Okay, so today, I want to work on. So we're still gonna have the oh yeah, gosh, sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. A lot's happened in the past couple hours. But yeah, no, everything's okay. Just some drama, some misunderstandings. But everything's okay. Is this it? That's an MKV file. It's got to be a processed file. Let's see. This looks like it. Yes, this is it. Okay, I found it. Awesome. All right. Ads are over. I think they're over. They look over. So I'm going to put up let's do my shoutouts now. Yeah, so today I figure we work on a new experimental system for space mistakes. I know it's game dev. However, today I can buffer ads for and time to 3 minutes trying, right? I didn't know that. So yeah, I want to work on. Why am I dropping frames? Hello? I've talked about this a couple times the past couple of days. I want to work on getting so this is a system that is outside of the scope of space mistakes. However, since it is the weekend and it is like I can do whatever, I guess. I would actually like to investigate the feasibility of adding a dirty system and a cleaning system to space mistakes. Yeah, how much work would it be to allow the spaceships to accumulate damage? I mean dirt and grime, and how hard would it be to give the player either like a tool to go power wash sim style, clean your ship, or you can always hire NPCs to do it for you. Or maybe people can make like ship cleaning apparatuses. There's a lot of possibilities with this, and I think it could be quite fun. So this is something I want to explore. Also, please forgive me. I'm still recovering from my cold. Yeah. So let's do two things. Let me get the our new backdrop working. So let me get that online and then we'll but I don't think I can host both at the same time. Well, today is just kind of a free stream. We'll figure it out. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. But I want to say, how's everyone doing? Hi. Oh, I forgot my blanket. It's chilly. It's chilly. I need my blanket. Hang on. Blanket. Sit in your lap. Yeah. Yeah, you can sit in my lap. Come here. Yeah. Let me just let me cover those evil hips, because Twitch is scared of hips. Okay, cool. Much better. Okay. I'm sure mine are plenty covered, but whatever. Like my transition noises. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get some beats going. Some beats. But what's everyone up? Like, what's new? Tell me things. But yeah, sorry for starting late. I'm really trying to stick very strict to my schedule. But just like, yeah. Just know that I'm making efforts to improve. As we get momentum, let's keep it going, you know? Do you have anything to see or a different language? I use lots of different languages actually. Mostly Python and C++ these days. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna package our, I don't know if it'll work in a package. So what we made the other day, our new custom scene, I want to package that, see if it works in the package, have that running in the background while we work on the new, but you won't see it anyway.
We build a safer society.
Huh. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
Androids, society.
Whatever. But yeah, no, I'm actually really excited today. We're gonna follow a tutorial together, and because I am not gonna innovate this. This is a solved problem. I want to explore the solutions that other people have made, and we will make some tweaks to make it awesome. So let me see here. I want to change the... Yeah, so I realized that this application that we've made here is way, way, way too expensive. I need to make this a bit more performant, so like, I can actually use this and do other things at the same time, right? Otherwise, I would need another computer dedicated just running this, and that's kind of silly. So let's go ahead and drop our quality settings down. Let's turn off ray tracing and all of those thick things. And yeah, we'll get some stuff going. Liberty has to be in our welcome. There, you like butts? I got butts. Undead Russian vampire. Привет. Welcome, welcome. Okay, right, rendering. Focus. I am focuses, but how's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. I was feeling really, really sad yesterday. Your thumbnail is just Booba? How? Your YouTube thumbnail.
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that
well.
cat. And you just gently squish them.
Oh, was it when I was putting the blanket on? That's not my fault. I didn't do that. That's YouTube doing its own thing. Okay. So, illumination... We don't want lumen because lumen's thick. We don't want none either. I don't know what to do for this part, to be honest. Reflection. None. Space. Low cost. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just simplify this. Shiny Teefers? Ah? Teefers? That's such a cute name. Alright, Lumen's off. We gotta restart the project. Let's turn off ray tracing. Ray tracing off. Okay. Software ray tracing. We gotta restart the project. Okay. So let's save everything and hit restart. Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, because I don't know how we can show... Yeah, I just didn't think this through. This is kind of like for just chatting, which I actually don't do that terribly often. But I want you guys to have this stuff, like, a lot of the time. So, maybe what I could do is, you know, at least you have the character you can control. You can move your avatar around. However, I guess before we even invest the time in min-maxing the settings, I don't know if this will work in a package build, so I need to try that. Let's package this really quick. Yeah. A third computer for chat? I mean... Yeah. Unfortunately, my stream PC is actually not very powerful. This was like an old workstation that I had from a different job, like way back when. So it's actually not super powerful. So yeah. If it was stronger, it could do both. It could handle the stream software and this application. Building executable. Okay. Hey, Octos. Daniel had a nice weekend so far. Mine's had like a weird start, but you know what? I think it's gonna be a good one. Yeah. Yeah. I had egg for brekkie, and I have a new theory about my kidney stones. So since like the oxalate stuff is basically in every food, I'm trying to eat like a whole lot less in general, which I should be doing anyway. So yeah, I've been eating much smaller portions these days. And, yeah, I feel better. Well, we'll see if it helps my stone production. But yeah, so, if you're just joining, we are packaging what we worked on last weekend, which was like the character and chat. And we are... we're gonna work on a new project today, and
nearing 3 years. Interesting.
Yeah, thank you so much, Button Easy Cherry. Thank you. But what's really cool, so I found the tutorial about doing the power wash mechanic. And hi Nerdy Cat. Hi watcher of Nerdy Cat. Louis Torres. Dora. Yeah, what's really cool about this is that like this is kind of like a generic system for Unreal. So like you can basically have this because it works with material overlays. So like I can literally just slap this on top of what I've already done for Space Mistakes, which is really cool. So that's why I want to work on inside of a different project that's smaller and lightweight. So yeah. Plus, there's lots of things in Space Mistakes that I want to keep close to my chest. You know, I don't want to reveal everything on stream. It sure is cooking. I'm not getting much progress though. Where's the output log? Yeah, it's the same one. Let me check my processor. Is it using up all of our juice? Yep, that sure is maxed out. Okay. Well, impromptu just chatting stream. Add big reflections to window in the chat. Yeah, I could bake some in. I think that's possible. Actually, I don't think you can bake in reflections. I don't know. That's outside my wheelhouse. We'll have to do a heck and learn. Hey, Skullkid! Welcome! I'll go! If you want performance, remove the planar reflection. Yeah. Sure. Specifically material for ray trace reflections. Oh. So I just disabled ray tracing, so I don't think it's gonna activate anyway. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh, God. Somehow ground still got in my coffee. I even double filtered it. What the fuck? These quantum coffee grounds are quantum tunneling through coffee filters, apparently. What the fuck? I literally put a filter on top of my coffee cup and pour the coffee through the filter. Like, what? How? How did that get in? Alright, well, I'm done drinking that. But somehow they... What the fuck? There's so much in here! Where did this all come from? Go figure.
It's running great.
But yeah, while this compiles, let me show you what we will be making today. Let me bring up a video of it. I put a link. Where did I put that? I sent that to Talks, I think. Talks. Here it is. We don't want to watch in Chrome because we'll get ads. Close that. Open this. Do that. Boop. 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 I just minimized it on accident. Okay, check this out. What grit? Filter, finesse, what did you use? I don't know.
Welcome to a brief introduction on layered materials, and more precisely, how layered materials can be used in a game like Power Wash Simulator. So in this video, we're just going to be covering the layered materials. So if you just want to learn about layered materials,
show it in
you can just
here?
watch this. And it will...
Hold on. I want to show you the... Where's the... them showing it?
Won't impact anything else. But
Crap!
we're then going to be following this up.
Hold on. Let me find the preview. You can see all the weird shit YouTube's recommending me. Oh my gosh. I really can't do anything else while this is compiling, huh? Unreal Engine Power Wash. This is literally what I searched. This is what we're gonna make today. It's gonna take a couple hours, but it shouldn't be too bad. Check it out! Yeah! So I assume this can work in reverse as well. Yep. So I found this video, and then they had a link to the tutorial in their channel, and that is this video. So we're going to recreate that today. And then if we get really far and really good, maybe we'll try throwing it in Space Mistakes and see what that looks like. That'll be really cool. I hope that it doesn't require the substrate system, because we're not using a substrate. And I know substrate has a lot of layer support. Hey T-Pain, hi! I wish there was like a percentage for this. I don't know how far this packaging is. Also, I'm kind of surprised that it's taking this long to package this. This is a pretty small project. Huh. But, yeah. Forget it. Forget it. This is going to take a while, apparently, if it's not already done. So, sorry. I wasn't really prepared to do this. But, you know, ADHD. You know how it be like it do it is. Alright, so I'm going to build this in 5.4 to ensure compatibility with Space Mistakes. Space Mistakes is still running 5.4. We're not in 5.5 yet. Because honestly, I don't think I'm going to upgrade until after launch. Because there just isn't the skeleton. There isn't a system I need in it. They're all nice to have upgrades type of thing. So mild performance boost here and there. 5.4 does appear to have improved rendering quality, which is quite nice. But again, that's a nice to have, not required. Okay, project. Let's call this. We will call this power. I can't type. Why is my? I don't know what's going on. My computer's been acting a little weird lately. I think Microsoft is like installing updates or some bullshit in the background. All right. Welcome, that kid. Okay. We'll call this power. Type, you motherfuck. What the fuck? I can't type. Is my keyboard broken? No, I can type here. I can't type in here. Okay, it's just Unreal being stupid.
Banshee.
There. Alright, ray tracing. I guess we'll enable that. Taranzor, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Okay, we'll call this power wash templates. Because I'm sure I'll want to use this in other games as well that I make in the future. Maybe. Who goes onto a YouTube stream and types maybe in chat? Hi, Phil Harry. I won't think too much about it. All right, we got our virgin project here. Oh wait, what temp did I pick? Oh shit! Hang on, I want third. Follow the tutorial. They'll tell us what to do.
We have another part on making a mask that we modify in the actual game itself.
Hi.
So to get into it, we're just going to start with a base project in first person. This is in Unreal Engine 5.4, but I believe most of it works in anything Unreal Engine 5. So we'll just call our project Power Washing, and we will create. I'll see you once the project is ready. Okay, so just like with any project, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to...
All right, that's step one. Yes, I made the wrong type of project. I kind of knew that immediately when I saw that horizon. All right, let me go to folder. We're going to destroy it from orbit. You don't want to see that. That has spoilers. Delete. And it's gone. All right, let's try again. But yeah. So I will not be streaming tomorrow. I have something has come up, so I will be busy. You're always watching, but see ya. All right. Later. Power washing. Watching. Washing. What? Washing. Template. First person is selected. I'm including ray tracing to ensure compatibility. And let's go. Okay. Next step.
To make a nice folder to organize everything. So right click, new folder, and I'm going to call this Power Washing.
Tell you what, I know how to do this. Let's be more efficient. I'm going to give you guys a little preview window. With the power of multi-monitors, I will do this. Display capture 2. Oh, right. I have to do this on the other... Wrong computer. Hold on. Display capture 2. This computer. That's not the correct display, is it? No, wait, it is. Okay, cool. So let's transform. Reset transform. I'm going to squish it up here. And so you guys can follow along with what I'm doing. This is going to get very busy very fast. Quick question. Who do I send the answers to the Discord server? You type it in the chat itself. Yeah, you can type in that channel. Yep. But I can already tell you they're gonna let you in, so don't stress. You're a real human. So. Or are you?
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that cat.
We'll find
And
out.
Just gently squish them.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I'll just make a button to switch between the two. That's probably easiest. Because I'm not gonna like... I have buttons for this. I am one step ahead of myself.
The rest of the tutorial. You can put whatever you want. And then we're going to need a material folder. So to keep all our stuff related to material in there. And finally, another one, which is going to be instances.
Material.
Because most of the work that we're going to do is going to be on the base materials, and then we're going to be applying those via the material instances.
Okay.
Because when working with layered materials, it's not really easy to implement
Got
a
it.
layered material in the base material itself. It's best to do it all with the instances, and I'm going to show you why once we get around to that. So the first thing we're going to need is a few materials. We're going to start with the first one, which we're going to call master material. So right click and get a material here, and we'll call M master
Material.
And we're going to go ahead and do this one right away because it's literally a 10-second.
Hold on. This is a little scuffed. I'm going to call this master power washing material. Okay. Because I have a lot of materials in Space Mistakes.
Setup, and it's kind of the base class that we're going to use for all our instances later. So right here, we're going to have our master material. And before we go and modify this, which is our actual material, I'm going to show you where we're going to be working. So I'm going to right click on our master material here, and I'm going to make an instance.
Okay.
And with this instance, normally this is where all the work would happen. You would have your different variables, your different colors, different scalar parameters, etc. In our case, this is where it's going to work. And to have this happen, to be able to access this entire system, we need to set it to know that it's using layer attributes or attribute layers. So to do that, we're going to go into our master material right here. And we need to go into our details. So if you haven't got this panel, you need to click here and that will, or select the material itself and that will display it. And we want to click on use material attributes. What this will do is it will compact the whole thing into the material attributes.
Oh.
And to make the whole thing work, we need 4 different nodes here that we're going to plug in. The first is
Hold on. I'm going to squish this a bit so that's easier. If you guys also want to follow along, I will squish this over slightly so you can see a bit better because I am blocking a little bit of it. Although that might be a little confusing, but fuck it, we will. Actually, no, let's, oh, I don't know if that's, I don't know what to do. I've never done something like this before on stream. We need multi-monitor streaming. I need 2 monitor. Yo! I have a bad idea. What if I made an app that you guys run on your computer and then I stream out data and the app will decode it into 2 separate windows so you could have 2 windows from my stream? I don't know what that would do. That's kind of, I don't know what, I don't know. I'm silly. I think of silly things. Right. Speaking of oh, nope, ADHD, stop it. Stop it. We are focusing. Use 2 display. That's what I've got. I have 2 display captures, but how do I present them on stream? Because I've got the tutorial I'm following and I've got what I'm doing. So I think what I'm doing, I'm just copying what he's doing, so it's less interesting. So I'll have my progress down here, and I'll have the tutorial up there. Just for now. Just for now.
Going to be called material attributes layers.
Material
And this is pretty much going to get a reference to all the information that we
layers.
store in here, all the layers that we add later in the instances. With this, we're then going to say get material attributes. So it's going to get all the different information, because this can actually be broken down into the typical stuff. If we look here in our details, when selecting our get, we can actually expand it and select something like base color, displacement, tangent, normal, etc. So this just contains all that information. We're then going to call set material attribute, and we're going to plug this into here.
Okay.
Now we're done with our master material. So we can apply, and it
This is
won't
so
look like much
different.
alone, because we're not actually doing any parameters in here. The
This
parameters
is so
will be
different than
in
how I
the
usually do stuff.
actual layers. Currently this has no layers, and that's what we're going to add in other materials. So now we can actually select
Wait, 2 separate accounts? That would be wild. Huh.
a layer. So we can go and press plus, add as many.
I'm trying to think about what we could do with something like that. What would be, what would make it, what could make a stream better with more screens? What would we use that for, you know? I don't know. I have to think on it.
Layers is we want there's one background, which is the default one that will appear below.
Okay.
And then you can work to add different layers, which is what we're going to do. So if we look here, we don't have any to select because we haven't made any. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We'll leave this here for now. We'll get back to it in a second. We don't need our master material anymore. It's not necessary. And now we're going to make our material layer. So I'm just going to grab this instance and put it in its instance where it should be, in the folder. Now I'm going to right click, and instead of material this time, going down to the material category, and we will select material layer.
Okay.
So we'll call this ML for material layer, and we'll call it default. And so on its own, what this will do is it will look like this. So as I mentioned previously, when we look at our set attributes here, we can actually do the same thing as with the get, is we can actually select specific values we want to put in. Now, what we can also do is we'll leave this as it is, because this will be appearing here.
Huh.
And so what we plug into our preview is we're going to say make material attribute. And with this, we can then now build all the different stuff you would do in a normal material into a specific layer. What we'll do, just so that you see how it works, we're not actually going to cover the entire thing. We're going to make this very simple. We're going to make a system so that we have a master material in our default. And you can follow this pattern for everything. I'm just going to set it up for the base color. And you're free to do this for the metallic, the specular, the roughness, the normal, whatever you want. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set up kind of an organized category system to get this to work. So for our base color.
Oh, off topic. My hearing is actually coming back slowly. Turns out I've got a bunch of fluid still trapped in my inner ear. I can hear it when I move my head around. But since I can hear that now, I think the fluid is slowly going away. I hope. I just hope it doesn't get infected, because that would be a sad face.
We're going to start off by getting a static switch parameter.
Okay.
And by default, this is going to have an error because we have nothing
Wait,
plugged in.
what was that? Static switch?
Switch
Okay.
parameter. And by default, this is
Wait,
going to have an error because we have
parameter.
nothing plugged in. And we will call this static base color, we'll call it. And so what this does very simply is on true, we'll do one thing, on false, we'll do another. And this will be a parameter that will appear in our master instance once we use it. On true, what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, if it's true, we're going to use a texture.
Did I post a blue sky? Shit. I think I forgot. Nope, I did. Wait, the video didn't show up. Wait, really? Oh, there it is. Go figure. Sorry.
So we'll hold T to get a texture sample. We'll right click to convert it to parameter, and we'll say base color.
Oh, hey
Plug this
Ramon. Better now that
into
you're here.
true, and then
Ram
we
TV.
will also multiply this here.
Wait, what was this? Is this just a color?
So we'll hold T to get a texture sample.
Hold T.
We'll right click to convert it to parameter,
Okay.
and we'll say base color.
Okay.
Plug this into true, and then we will also multiply this here and apply this on true. And this is so if we want to override a color, so to speak. So if we want to go
Hey,
and press
version.
4 here and plug it in here,
4.
I believe that'll work. I'll just apply it to check, so it's fine. And so by default, I want to make sure that this is white, so that we actually have the same color if we don't want to use it. So we're going to right click here and say convert to parameter as well, and we'll call it color. Now on the other hand, if this is false, we want to just use the color. So this is if we want to have a solid block, just one singular color, we can use that pretty easily. So we will default to true. By default, we use a
We're making
color
a
texture
dirt
here.
system.
And we get an error because we don't have a texture. So
And what's really cool about this too is that this can also be used for damage as well. So like this is actually like a super flexible system. I am super thrilled.
just select any one that comes up. Absolutely fine, no problem. Now, this is just one
Wait, what did he just do?
color texture here, and we get an error because we don't have a texture. So just select any one that comes up. Absolutely fine, no problem. Now, this is just one example of what we can do, and to make things more organized in our instances, we can actually organize these. So how we're going to do that is we're going to start by saying the static switch. So the boolean is always the first one. So how we're going to do this, we're going to call this category color first things first, and we're going to do the same for all of these, and we're going to put it at 0 because it's the first one we want to place. Then for base color, and you can do this in any order, but we'll put base color is going to be number 1.
Base color.
Then we're going to put it in our category for color.
1.
And
Color.
for linear color, we will put color as well, and we'll put 2.
Color.
Now to show you how this
2.
looks, let's do apply, and we will select our layer material, the one we just made. And if we click the little drop down here, we can see our color category, and we can change how
Uh-oh,
this works.
I'm missing something. I'm missing base color.
Now, right now we have that, and we have a static gray. If, for instance, we say we just want to use the color, that means we uncheck our static base color here, and it hides the actual texture because we don't need the texture because it's not a part of this line here. So now we can change the color, and it will change the material.
Wait, why is mine missing? One sec. Group color. Group color. Excuse me, sorry. That's odd. A dynamic experience is unreal. I can see why it's so popular. Hydrate? Okay. Go.
So we can
Wait, they have... Oh, what?
now, right now we have that, and we have a static gray. If, for instance, we say we just want to use the color, that means we uncheck our static base color here, and it
Oh!
hides the actual texture because we don't need the texture because it's not a part of this line here.
What?
So now we can change the color.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, guys. I am really confused.
Things
I've never
more
done anything
organized
like this
in
before.
in our instances, we can actually organize these. So how we're going to do that is we're going to start by saying the static
Oh, default value is checked. I missed that. That's the problem. Okay, cool. Yep, yep,
switch.
yep,
So
yep,
the
yep.
boolean is always the first one. So how are we going to do this? We're going to call this
Yeah,
category
Unreal's
color
awesome.
first things first, and we're going to do the same for all of
It
these.
has its problems, but it's
And
really,
we're
really
gonna put it
fun.
at 0 because it's the first one we want to place.
Save
Then
all.
for base color, and you can do this in any order, but we'll put base color is going to be number 1. Then we're going to put it in our category for color, and for linear color, we will put color as well, and we'll put 2. Now to show you how this looks, let's do apply, and we will select our layer material, the one we just made. And if we click the little drop down here, we can see our color category, and we can change how this works. Now, right now we have that, and we have a static gray. If, for instance, we say we just want to use the color, that means we uncheck our static base color here, and it hides the actual texture because we don't need the texture because it's not a part of this line here. So now we can change the color and it will change the material. So we can do the same trick. Also, let's just do it for the metallic so you can see what it looks like.
I think I did something wrong again because mine is throwing errors and his is not. So I think I've done something wrong. What's the error we're getting? Found null requires texture 2D. ML default, no texture sampler, parameter. That's this. Sampler type is color. Is his black? Oh, he's got a color in there. Oh, okay. I don't know when he did that. It was here?
Sample, we'll right click to convert it to parameter, and we'll say base color. Plug this into true, and then we will also multiply this here and apply this on true. And this is so if we want to over a texture here, and we get an error because we don't have a texture. So just select any one that comes up.
Okay, I missed this step. He's going a little quick. A little quick.
Absolutely fine, no problem. Now, this is just
Okay, we're good. We're good.
one example of what we can do, and to make things more organized in our... So we can do the same trick. Also, let's just do it for the metallic so you can see what it looks like there, because in the case of the metallic, we don't need a multiply because it is a alpha value. So we're going to change this name to metallic. This one to... Well, this won't actually be a color, it will be a scalar parameter, so hold S and click.
S click.
So scalar. Plug this in here, and by default we'll leave it at 0, and this won't be base color anymore, it will be metallic as well.
Okay.
So plug this into our metallic right here, and we will move this across just to organize it a bit. And now one thing to note is that currently this is still considered base color. So we want to change that to a new category we'll call metallic, and we don't need it to be 0.
Okay, 1 second. Okay.
What we'll do to keep things organized is we'll put it at 10. So we'll
Okay.
increment every category by 10 from the base value, so that way
Yeah,
we
sure.
always have a distance. So if we have to add a new thing, a new parameter, it's fine, it won't
Jenna.
kind of mess up the organization. So this one then becomes 11 with the category changing as well. And the scalar also becomes 12 in the
11.
category as well.
Scalar.
And we can apply that,
Metallic.
and we will immediately
12.
see right here we now have metallic
Apply.
as well. And we can control say we don't want it to be an actual value, we just want it to be based on the scalar right here, and we'll put 1. So now it's more metallic, and that is what we're looking
Ooh, cool.
for. So this does it for the basis of how a material layer works.
Hi, I'm a
Now,
fairy, but I'm a wolf
we're
fairy.
gonna
Welcome,
make
I'm a wolf fairy.
duplicate of our
am
default
cat.
here. I'm going to call this, I'm going to call it dirt, because that's what it's going to be used for.
Okay, hold up. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But let's make a material layer. He copied it. What did he do precisely?
Make a duplicate of our default here.
Yep, it's
I'm going to
duplicate.
call this, I'm going to call it dirt, because that's what
Okay. Duplicate dirt.
it's going to be used for. And the main difference is we want this one to specifically have a category for the opacity. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy these two. Yeah, for the opacity we'll use a scalar once again. So actually we need to change this to scalar metallic, and we will change this to scalar opacity. And same thing for this, static opacity, and this is opacity alone. So we'll plug this into our opacity here, or you can also use opacity mask, but we'll just use opacity for this one.
Uh-huh.
And same trick, we change all of these, so this now becomes 20. This is opacity, the new category. And the same thing here. This becomes 21. And the scalar becomes 22. So now we have a new system, or a new material layer, and this one is specifically for dirt. And the reason we're doing it this way is because right here we don't have a parameter for opacity, because we always want to use our default as the background layer. But if we use here our new layer, we want to use this dirt.
Okay.
And the only thing we're missing right now is we need to tell it how it's supposed to blend between these two materials, because right now it doesn't understand that. So we need to put something in here. Now some do exist.
Dirt.
There are some that already exist, but we're going to make our own, and it's going to be very, very simple. Let's go ahead and make that right now. So we're going to use the same location. We're going to say right click, material, and we're looking for material blend.
Material
So this will be MLB, and we'll call this. I think we'll just
don't
call this
see that.
MLB
Material layer blend?
opacity, or
Yeah.
mask, I think we'll do.
Hi.
Go ahead and make that right now. So we're going to use the same location. We're going to say right click, material, and we're looking for material blend.
Oh.
So this will be MLB, and we'll call this. I think we'll just call this MLB opacity, or mask, I think we'll do.
Mask.
And
Okay.
the mask is going to be very, very simple. So once you open it, you'll be greeted by this. So this is our top layer, bottom layer, sorry. So that means it is our background right here. And then we have our top layer right here, which is the one on top that we want to actually modify. So very simply, what we're going to do is we're going to drag these a bit further, because
Remember how I said Unreal Engine, or specifically the editor, is like a city? We're in like a different skyscraper in the city, and we are rapidly going up the elevator, looking at all of the different shit. Like I've never seen any of this stuff before, and I've been working the editor for 2 years. There's always more to discover and explore.
just by themselves,
Yeah, we're looking
this
at
pretty
tutorials.
much does a good job. We don't want to change the A and B. We want to change the alpha. And so for the alpha, what we're going to do is we are going to use a mask, our own mask. So we're going to write, or we can just press actually T. We're going to need a texture, and this texture is going to be a mask, the mask that we are going to use. So we're going to say convert to parameter, and we'll call this opacity mask. Now we can use, I believe, we can use this, the default alpha texture, just to test it. And so that by default, this is what it will use.
Okay.
And we're going to do 1 minus. Now, the 1 minus is just mainly for us in the second part. It doesn't really change anything. It just kind of inverts the colors. It's not really necessary. But before we plug it into the alpha, we want to get our top layer. And the reason we made our dirt separate is because now we're going to say get material attributes. Once we have our material attribute selected, we want to go to the plus in the details and change that to opacity. I'm going
Okay.
to multiply it by this alpha mask, or this opacity mask. That way we have a nice mix between the mask that we want to split these two. So for instance, in this case, you could use a mask that would stop it over a certain height. That works exactly for instance, if you want to do a grunge pattern on the floor that appears slightly on the items on the ground. Then you want to do this into the alpha.
Hey,
So
Noah.
that's the whole point of this. Then we want to call
Hello,
apply.
butt enjoyer.
We can close our material layer blend. We don't need it anymore. We
Okay.
don't need our dirt anymore either. We'll just keep it open so we can come back to reference it if we need.
Oops.
So now we have everything. Now the advantage
We
of
do?
our layers is we can actually open it and still make changes in here if we need to. So right now it's a bit difficult to tell because everything is kind of using the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our base layer, so below, is now red.
The red of the background. Okay, background. Layer asset, color. Color.
Show love 100, I have to say it. I really love butts.
And the way that the TTS says it is just so funny to me. Why does that look not red. It looks... There's something else going on here. Okay, now it's red.
But we don't see any red. So now let's add our blend asset right here. And we're looking for MLB mask. And now if we select that...
Okay, where did they put that? They put that... They put that... here, I think, under this. Okay. Blend. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that.
It's going to load, and now we have an actual difference, because now it realizes that, well, this is the mask we're using. We're using that specific texture that we mentioned here, and it's actually cutting it in that same shape. So let's just make it look... There we go. So now it's visible. Now, the reason this is looking kind of gray and not actually completely transparent, even though this is black and white, is because our opacity uses this. So let's uncheck that, and we can put it to, I believe...
Hold on. He did here, uncheck, use the scalar. Okay.
1 here, and now it looks normal. Now we have our white. For this one, we can actually change that if we want. We can change the static to a base color as well. And we can say blue. Now it's blue in.
Okay. I'm still a little lost in how this works, but I think I'm starting to understand. Color, blue. Okay, so we have full control over the upper and lower layers.
Instead,
and we also have full control over the blend between the
all we
two.
want. And this works just like this. Now, and you can keep adding as many of these
Welcome
as
back,
you
Jerry.
want.
Cherry button
Like,
music.
you can add as many other layers as you want. Now, obviously, in our case, it's not going to work too well because we have the same opacity texture. So here, for instance, I just went and added a second layer, which uses a different mask. It's not perfect, a perfect example, but we can see that the blue here is changing our red to purple. So just to check, without one material, you can just click the visibility here. So we have a red, but we get like this kind of scale going down with the blue as well, due to the different actual mask we used right here. So this is what happens when you layer multiple materials on top of each other. And I
Oh, hang on.
believe that covers most of what we can actually do with the material layers. Now, this is just an introduction. I'm sure there are people who have gone more in depth, but this is all we need to actually get into making the
Squish
power
that cap.
wash
All you need to
simulator
know is to
and actually
squish that
cleaning
cap.
the
Then you just gently
tiles
squish them.
with this system. Pretty much, we're just going to be going through our opacity mask here and just turning it from black to white. And that way, all of a sudden, well, this will become the other material below it. So that's how we're going to use this, and I hope to see you in the next part. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Okay. Wow. That's really neat. Let's do part 2. Although we have ads coming. We have to take a little break in about 3 minutes. We'll just start. I don't even know audio. Whoa! Wait. Look at that. It's so cool.
Welcome back to the second part of the Power Wash Simulator tutorial. In this part, we're going to take our material instance we made in the previous one and turn it into something that we can actually clean. We're going to go straight into this by working on the line traces for the character first. That way it's out of the way, we have the player interaction done, and then we will work on the actual actor that we're going to be cleaning. Start things off, we want a new folder for our blueprints. So we're going to make that right here.
Content, power washing.
And we can open that up. We're going to need
blueprints.
2 blueprints first for the character. The first one is going to be... Actually, no, I don't believe we need 2. I think 1 will do. We're going to right click, we're going to want blueprint class, and we're looking for
character.
All classes. We're looking for first person character. So this one right here. Now, if you didn't use the first person, you use the third, then you're looking for third person character instead. Okay, and so we'll call this FPS cleaner. We'll call it. Now, currently this map is set up to use the default FPS. So instead of that, what we want to do is we want to go into our world settings. If you can't find the world settings, you want to go to window, and it is going to be right here. So select it, so it will appear. We want to modify our game mode here.
Wait.
So selected game mode.
I didn't catch what you said you were working on earlier. It's a system where you can paint and remove materials such as dirt. Yes, I need the tools as a developer to allow your spaceships to get dirty based on what they do. And I want to give you, the player, the tools to buff out scratches or you know, power wash off grime and dust. That's what we're working on today. Yeah. But we do have ads coming in about 17 seconds, so I will take a quick break. I'm going to get up, stretch my legs, get more water. I encourage you to do the same. I'll be right back, everybody.
It's not much, you know. I keep it clean.
It's very exposed up here.
I originally had it closed off more, but it kind of got exploded out a little bit. It's fine. Fine. It did its job.
Ow.
Regional forces in the center, south, and east screw for stabilization of the nation. Strider 1 was shot down.
Oh
There are rumors of a
my
military
God.
calling itself the Free Erosions. Unknown is blocking our scheduled route. No response. Got a bad feeling.
First time I've been shot down. Oops. Cat, there's a bridge there. Oh my god. First time I've been shot down. I think I've been shot down before. This is north.
Oh god, he's got pants. Fuck you and fuck your pants.
Somebody quote that. Or clip it. I need that for reasons.
He was wearing drawers.
We have to vape this fat cloud. Oh my god.
No.
It's cat.
Damn little just said, I want some gel.
There's a time and place for everything, but not now.
A rule for horny. Oh, you know what? That's actually a very important rule. Let's roll for her if she's into it. She's kind of into it, but not really.
Foley suddenly goes, wait, can I be that goblin?
The goblin was gobbled. Hang on. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door, Isaac! Close the door! Okay. Oh god, this looks just like work. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, I'm into it. Combien? 30. I like it. When you do stream of a stream, you get poor quality, just like when people use to photocopy things. Tips are great, man. Hope you had a great stream. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Go get some rest. Get some brekkie or water. Get some water. You look at my avatar. Aw, thank you. All right. What is the problem here? Why are we not moving? Planar movement. Hi, friend. Come with me. Easy. Yeah, that missile. Okay,
What are you gawking at? Can't you see I have problems here?
what's the matter?
Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I'm
Oh,
supposed to be holding a tasting of the new Hunting Brew Reserve for the captain of the guard. If he sees the meadery in this state, I'll be ruined.
it's pretty empty. I wonder why that is. I can't believe it. So I had a cat gift sub to another cat to my channel, which is also cat.
Sadly true. The mission is a failure. Erosion will be getting plenty of oil, all thanks to a slow-ass pursuit. Trigger really screwed the pooch.
Unreal. Oh, look at that! I've got special ammo again. Tactical reset.
Satellite.
They attack children in schools.
Wow, there's so evil things about Marbug. What a horrifying creature.
2. Marbug has an arm. 1.
When you are eaten by a
One.
Marbug, you die forever.
Forever? Oh no! What a terrible fate.
You die forever!
Mm-hmm.
Cheetos. Tigers are actually pretty big in comparisons to panthers. Wait, really? That was certainly a line to hear when I first entered. Hey, cat. There's a solid 100-pound view. Okay. Sorry, but for science, I have to know. He's just looking at her. He's like, wait. It's like, why you do this? Why are you like this? That's kind of like here, which is like here. 500. Wait, it's on the move. Here. Oh. Is the tank normally that slow? Yeah, unfortunately. He's my only customer. Try to scare him away. I used to own a bar. It was the coziest place around here. Until I took a screwdriver in the knee, and it's closed now. Uh-huh. I understood that reference.
Here, we want to change the default pawn class to our FPS cleaner. So select it. So to ensure that it's working, we're going to go ahead and open our FPS cleaner, and we'll just put a print string to be sure on the event start. So right here, print hello. And so now if we play, we should get that message. There we go. So hello. So it is indeed using the right character. Close that. Close both of these. We're not going to need them. And now we're going to need one last thing, and that's going to be the inputs. So we'll make another folder for that to keep things tidy. New folder.
Oh, I am muted. Darn it. Gaw.
Inputs. And we're only going to
Thank
need
you.
a single one here for the actual cleaning
Power
option
washing
for
inputs. Sorry.
shooting. Now,
Power
one
wa-
does already exist in the first-person character. Just in the case of anybody needing to make another one because they use the third-person character template, I'll make a new one right here. So, right-click, down to input, input action, and we'll call it IA. We'll call it wash. Not like that, the other way around. And so with this, we want to right-click, and we will say create an input mapping context, which we'll call IMC power wash. Now we then want to go into our event begin play and add this input to our character. So we want to go and look for our get player controller, because that's where we need to get a reference to our input controls. So we're looking for enhanced input local player subsystem. And from here, with this output, we want to call add mapping context. So to the event begin play.
Yep, I'm familiar with all of
And
this.
in mapping context, we want to select our new one, which is power wash. Now, by default, we don't have an input, so we need to add that first. So inside of IMC power wash, we have our IA wash, but it has no input. So we'll use left click for this. So just click here, left click, or you can search for it in here. It's more annoying. Save, close it, and to make sure it's working, we'll look for IA wash. And we will be looking for the triggered, because we want it to be calling every time the mouse is held down. Not when we start or when we end, but when it's being held down. So print, just to check if this is working, compile, and play. So if we hold left click, it does indeed print correctly.
Yep.
There we go. So that does it for our input. Now we need to get into shooting. Okay, so actually, before we get into our actual function here that's going to be line tracing, we're actually going to make some variables so that we can manipulate it. So we're going to start with those, and I'm going to explain them as we go, what they're for. So the first one is brush radius, and that's pretty self-explanatory.
Why can't I wrap my head around signals and singleton? I don't know what singles are in your context. I mean signals, but singletons are, you can kind of think of them as like a system in your software thing. Nerd. Hey Minty. Yeah, singleton. Oh Godot. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to speak then. But in overall software engineering, a singleton is a it's a static, quote unquote, object or collection of references. Essentially, yeah, precisely. And basically, you use singletons to operate on your other data. So what's going on with that? You seem to know what it is, but specifically how Godot does them. That's what you're stuck on.
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that cat. And you just gently squish them.
I can load it, but I can't call it. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help you with Godot. I can't help you.
Explanatory. It's going to be a float, and I believe by default we will.
You'll get it. I believe in you.
5. This.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, hang on. Brush radius. Brush radius. This is a float. Save. Default value of 5. Works for me.
This is, as I said, it's in the name. It's how wide the brush is going to be, and the brush by default is going to be circular. And one other thing you can do, just if this helps, you can actually change the units that we're using in I believe it's started in Unreal Engine 5.3. So
what the
here
fuck?
We're talking about centimeters.
What? When did they add units? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude! Dude! When, what? Are you kidding? Fuck! I gotta go fix a lot of code. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to now. That's so nice.
So we can just put that there. It doesn't change.
See, you're always learning. You're always learning.
Anything for the number. The float is still 5. It won't change anything, but if it helps visualize, it's a nice thing to add. Next one is going to be a float as well, and it's going to be the rotation. I removed that. Rotation. And this time the unit is going to be degrees. So right here should pop up like that once it's compiled. Next we want the final one, and the final one is going to be length. And now length isn't really exactly what you would think. It's not how wide it's going to be or anything like that. It is how many extra line traces we are going to do in addition to the initial one. So it needs to be an integer and not a float. By default, this length needs to be 0, but it is going to change, but 0 will mean it's just a straight line. There's only one line trace, but 1 will be 1 on each side. So it'll be 3 in reality. So just keep that in mind once we start going, but this is everything we need as far as modifying the stuff goes. So next, what we need to do is we are going to make our function. So the first function we're going to make is going to be called create. Oh, sorry, not
that's
event,
not a function.
Function create line traces. And so this is going to be where we determine how many we do with the length. So grab our length here, control because we want a get, and we're going to look for a for loop. A for loop, not a for each. So make sure you select this one. Connect it to last index, and so if it's 0, it's only going to go through once. Now we're going to save this index as a local variable, which we'll call L index, and we're going to plug this in right here. Next, we're going to have a sequence. How this is going to work is the first part of the sequence is going to do the first index, so one side, and the second part of the sequence is going to do the other side. Because we're doing 3, if for instance the index is 1, we'll do 0 first, then we'll do 1 on the left, 1 on the right. So to do that we need a sequence because we need to do it twice, or we can do it in a row, but sequence makes it easier to read. Now, one thing to note about the second branch is we need to make sure that it doesn't happen if index is 0, because if index is 0, we just want to do straight. We don't want to have 1 to the right of it because it's 0. So we want to get index here and say if it is different from 0. And to make life a bit easier for ourselves, we're going to make a macro or 2 macros here to help.
How's it going?
So the first one is what I call make line vector, and what this is pretty much going to do is we're going to use it to...
Okay, hear me out. Even if I don't use this for space mistakes, we could still use it as like a fun stream thing, where you can like make me dirty and spray me down.
Rotate how the line is going to appear relative to the player's vision. So to do that, we're going to need to get our first person camera, because that's the POV, that's the direction we're facing. So we're going to say get right vector here, not forward, and then below we're going to also get forward. So make sure you have the right and the forward in this direction. Then we want the rotation, and this is going to actually rotate it relative to where we're looking, so that if we, for instance, rotate it, it actually turns, for instance, to 90 degrees so that we can scan across when cleaning. So we want to then use this to rotate vector around axis, and the in vector for the top is the right, and the axis is the forward, and we want to rotate it on that right vector.
I've never used this before.
The rotation, so the amount of degrees. And this we're going to return, and this is going to be our actual function here, so our macro. So select all of this, right click on it, and collapse to macro. And as I said, we'll call this make line vector. So how we're going to use this is, as I mentioned, it's going to be used for the direction. So we want to say this times the actual index we're looking at, to make it simple. Now, the index alone isn't enough, because we also need to separate each shot or each distance, each line trace by the radius. So to do that, we get our radius here. We're going to multiply it by 2.2. Now, this is how I liked it, because obviously, depending on how close you get, it'll vary and won't be the same. But
on-screen
2.2
celebration
or something where at a good distance, it would still look like the point.
Wait, what is that? What does that do? I've never seen the on-screen celebration. I didn't see anything on my end. There must be something like you guys see.
Like it's still one big blast instead of individual points.
How do I guess I gotta bring up the stream? No, I don't have a stream preview going. I've got mine
so we
through
won't be able to tell
OBS.
this straight away. You'll see once we actually implement it into the cleaning mechanic. So here we want to multiply this by the index, so times.
That is.
This will go into this.
Okay, that's not necessary. You can add a pin here. You can do it this way instead. You can add it in here like that. We'll still get a float out and a vector. Just small optimization. I really don't like cascading multiply nodes. They annoy me.
It's right here. Now, overall, this isn't enough because now we need to do the line trace. Now, the line trace is also going to become a macro.
Show love 100 to feel guilty for saying this, but I really love Ethos Booba.
I mean, me too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right here. So most of this is going to happen below as well. I'll just copy it now so I can show you. But instead of doing index, we will do times -1 as well, so that the index is inverted.
Okay.
So, for the line trace, it's pretty simple. It's the usual stuff. This is just going to act as an offset, so to speak. So, we're going to need a range.
A booba emote.
So for now, we'll say
I don't know.
literal.
Can we? Do other streamers have a booba emote?
Float, which will just allow us to make a float without any input or variable. So just put this here for now. And we are going to, once again, get our first person camera, get forward vector. And so this is the direction we want to shoot in.
First person camera.
And we're going to multiply it by our distance. So this is how far we want it to go. Now, in addition, we need to make sure that we have our start location, which is going to be the get world location of the camera as well. So we start from there.
Yeah, world
so, location. So this is the offset. Now, there's a few options.
Hold it.
Here, if you want.
Is this Unreal Engine for Nintendo DS? What?
Want the offset to always be
I do, but it's subtle. Ah, okay.
No matter where you are, based on the distance, right? You can actually add this and this together for the end, but also do the same thing at the beginning. Now, if you do that at the beginning, that means that you'll kind of be shooting in a line instead of from a point, like you would with a normal Kasha, for instance. So...
Hold it. Okay, this is incomplete. Do you move this here between the two branches? Oh, he's kind of all over the place right now.
The added on both, just so that we always have kind of the same distance. Now,
okay, we add our location here. This all makes sense.
As I mentioned, this is mandatory. It's based on kind of what you're looking for. So now we have here the end, and this is the start. Sorry, I've got it wrong. Been saying the wrong stuff since earlier. This is the start because world location. Now if we add this, we are now at the end, but we also want to add the offset right here. And so right here, we now have the end. Sorry, end. And this is the start.
I've never used those before. You always learn things from other people. Always, always, always. And start. I always use the bubble comments instead.
And so
if you can call these subtle.
Go and reroute like this.
Tyga. Favorite place.
And we are going to collapse everything. Actually, sorry. We'll do this a little bit differently. Because we want to make sure that this only uses one input. So.
Oh, clever. Clever, clever, clever. Okay. Reroute node. And this is going to go here. And this is going to go there. Okay.
So select all this, just like this. Make sure you have a reroute here, otherwise you'll have two inputs. And we want to collapse this to a macro.
Okay. This is the OBS. What are you talking? I don't know what you mean, Frozen. I don't know what you mean. Okay. So they collapsed all of these to a macro. Okay. Why do you have two returns from your macro?
I got that wrong. We also want to not select that so we can actually have an input.
Oh.
So like this, right click, collapse to macro, and this will be called...
Oh, I see, I see, I see. Reroute. Reroute. Okay.
Line trace forward. There we go. And so B is going to be the range, and this is going to be the offset. Now, return value number 1 should be the end. Return value 2 should be the start. So we're just going to double check that that is true.
Okay.
So I got it wrong. So we'll just put ST so that it doesn't, because otherwise it won't like it. So start for the top. Make sure it's this.
Okay, he's in here. Oh, they're backwards? They are backwards. Okay, well you can just drag this like that and it will swap. Start and...
This one right here. And for the bottom, we will have the end.
Hey, Vasek.
So we can just line some of this up so it's a bit tidier.
I don't care. I won't be using this in the space mistakes, so I don't care if this is super messy or not.
So that will do it for our
I have my own
trace,
trace
or at
system
least
for
getting
it.
the direction. So now that we have this, we have our line trace set up. We don't need our make float anymore. We can turn this here into 1500, which will do the same thing. And so now we have our proper line trace. Now next we're going to have another function which will handle all of that. And so right here we're going to reroute both of these. And we're going to collapse it to a function this time. So collapse to function, and we will call it line trace for targets.
This guy has such a very different way of programming than I do. It's actually kind of refreshing. Like he does all these weird hacks with these nodes, and I use macros too, but I don't construct them like he does. That's pretty interesting. You've already you start ADHD? I mean, sure. Collapse to function. Wait, how did he do that? Wait.
And we're going to collapse it to a function this time. So
oh, there it is. Weird.
Collapse to function, and we will call it line trace for targets. And so we'll just change the input pins from start and end so that they represent the same thing. Plug it into then and line all this up nicely.
Yeah, this is very backwards than how I usually work through things like this.
And we want to copy this and put it at the bottom as well.
Start doing everything, gonna get stuck on logic flow, transfers over. Yeah, hey Lumpies. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Forward and plug in it like that.
Okay, so we're doing the same kind of deal for the bottom side here. Uh-huh.
Plug it in like that. Same range, obviously. Start and end. And this can go into true. There we go. So make sure you have the -1 on the bottom one. Otherwise, this whole thing won't work. Actually, to be fair, we can remove that pin and just turn this into -2.2.
Okay, I was gonna do that, but...
It'll do the exact same thing. Like that. There we go.
I just run also the tubes in the back. What are we building? Hi! So, we're making a system for my game, which is basically a system that allows me as a developer to make your spaceships dirty and damaged in appearance. And you guys will have a system where you can remove the dirt and remove the damage. Yeah, so basically power washing simulator.
Let's just line all this up. Okay, so now we...
This is outside of the scope of Space Mistakes, but, you know, since I have my own time on the weekends, I wanted to invest that time in making something that could potentially end up in the game. You know, yeah.
Have a line trace, or at least the values to perform a line trace, and now we're going to do that actual line trace. So we'll go into line trace for targets. We can remove...
Oh shit, I looked away for 1 second. It's in here. Okay, cool.
Remove these pins, we don't need them. And now we can just add our line trace. So I'm just going to move this here, and we're just going to look for line trace by channel, and we want the multi line trace by channel.
Multi?
So
oh shit.
Plug this into start and the end, and let's check if this works. So we'll do for duration just to test. And now if we go and left click, we should be...
We didn't connect this to anything.
Not working. Oh, well, of course it's not going to work. We haven't called it on triggered.
Yeah.
So I want to call create line traces on triggered here and compile, and we will play. So now if we left click,
noise.
We draw a line straight forward.
Wait.
No problem.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
oh, nope, it's an illusion.
Testing going. Let's modify our variables here. So the brush radius won't do anything yet. So we'll just leave it as is, but what we can do is we can modify the rotation and length. Now we'll leave the...
Let's see. You made it sound like you'll enter our games... You make it sound like you'll enter our games yourself to dirty ships, which would be hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, I will join the games and make your ships dirty.
Now let's add length.
No, the environment's gonna do that.
Is now if we line trace, we should have 3 instead of 1. So there we go. So now we have actually 3 in a line.
Whoa, okay. I don't... My guy, this is... Okay.
Each other instead of just the typical 1.
I don't know why you're doing this.
That is the goal. That is what we were trying to do. Now let's see if we put 2 to do the same thing. We should have now 5 instead. And that is indeed correct.
Huh. Okay. Let me make sure it works. So length 1. So that should add 3. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem to be functioning.
Same thing. We should have now 5 in...
Anyway.
Now let's see if we put 2 that is next to each other instead of just the typical 1. That is the...
Oh, I think I've made a mistake somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't look like the offset's functioning. So... Let's see. I definitely made a mistake somewhere.
That is what we were trying to do. Now let's see if we put 2.
Let me go back a bit.
Trace.
Sorry, guys.
Leave it as here. We draw a line on triggered. So, and now trace by channel. So by channel, and we want the multi line trace by channel. Sorry. So plug this into start and the end, and let's check if this works. So we'll do for duration just to test.
Rotation. So these are okay. So when it's 0, this offset collapses to 0, and it makes the center one. if it's 1, then it should make... If it's 1, then this loop will make 1 to the left. It was to the right. This is a positive offset. Rotation. 0 L index will be 1. No, it will be 0 because we will always get the middle point. But if it's 1, I think I know what's wrong. I think I know what's wrong. Let's see. Hang on. I'll fix it. So this is yep. Our index is 0. It'll run once. It'll make the center trace. And then it'll go to the bottom branch. It'll fail out, and we're done. The loop exits, and now the second time it loops through, L will be a value of 1. It's supposed to be. It's 1 now. Go over here, and since it's 1, and our rotation is 0. Oh. Wait, if this is 0... I think this is supposed to be range, not rotation. No, but... Oh, they do. Itoro, welcome!
And now if we go, well, same thing for our line trace forward. And we can remove that pin and just turn this into minus 2.2.
Oh, it's supposed to be the brush radius, not rotation. Okay, that's the bug. That's the bug. Yeah. My mistake. That makes sense. Okay, that should fix the problem. Ta-da! We've got our 5 line traces now. Big power wash. And if we put the length to 1, we should get 3. Cool. Oh, by the way, I found some really cool industrial robot arms that were free on the Fab marketplace. So I do want you to use these industrial arms in Space Mistakes as like a block. So yeah, I found the asset for it. So I'm excited to play with them. So I imagine like one of the arms you could build is like a power washing arm. It'll power wash. It'll clean in a certain radius around it.
It'll do the exact same thing. Like that. There we go. Let's just line all this up. Okay. So now we have a line trace, or at least the values to perform a line trace. And the reason we're not going to do that is because to do this, we need the target. And the target needs to have most of its functions set up. So what we'll do
power washer.
is we'll go step by step through the function of the target, and then we will...
The only thing I'm kind of worried about is how to multiplayer sync this. It might be problematic, but I'll figure it out.
Move to the rest. So to do that, we want a new function or a new actor in our blueprints here. So right click, blueprint class, actor, and we will call this a target. So let's go and open that up and save. So what we want here, very simply, we'll start off by saying we want a static mesh right here. We're going to leave it empty, and we're going to want to create a variable to update that static mesh. For that, very simply, in our construct script this time,
it's like Heartspace, Shipbreaker, and Viscera Cleanup Detail together. Kind of, yeah.
Set static mesh. And so what
okay. Static mesh. Set static mesh.
want to do is for our new mesh, instead of just giving it a value here, we're going to create a variable for it. So we'll say promote a variable, and this will be source mesh, we'll call it. Make sure we check here, instance editable.
How's today's stream then? It's been pretty chill. We're doing tutorials today.
And right there we go.
And honestly, I've learned a lot from watching this guy. He
Compile,
programs
and
very differently than me.
The next thing we want is we also want to do the same thing but for a source material. So
Did he expose on spawn that as well?
we're gonna leave it empty and
Hang
for
on,
that
I want to see.
create record. Make sure we check here instance editable, and right there we go. Compile.
Okay, cool.
And the next thing we want is we also want to do the same thing but for
Just
a
worked out. Good
source
job. Proud of
material.
you.
So we're going to duplicate this and we'll call it source material. That way we already have the I checked. And we want to look for material instance, and I believe we're looking for dynamic right here.
Yep.
So select it, compile. Sorry, no, I got that wrong. We're not looking for a material instance. We're looking for a material interface. And this just means any material will work.
Okay.
So what this means is now, well, right now we don't have anything to set the material, so let's add that. So we'll remove all this, we just need the begin play. And so in the begin play, what we're going to do is, just to make sure that no matter what we are safe, we're going to get our static mesh here. We're going to get num of materials, and we're going to say -1 because it's a count and not a index. And then we're going to say for loop. Now with the for loop, we can go through and see, we're going to get our static mesh and we're going to say create dynamic material instance. And the reason we do this is because
Hold up. Static mesh, create dynamic material instance. Okay. I thought we were working in the overlays, but we're working in the materials themselves. That's less awesome.
based on our source material here, which we're going to use, which for information is going to be our instances here. We're going to pass it into here, which is going to be our source material. And we're going to create a dynamic material for each of the instances or each material that this static mesh has. So by default, most have one, but if yours has multiple ones, you need to actually set it up like this, or it won't have the specific material at the specific location. So I haven't tested it on multiple materials on one static mesh, so I would suggest having just one, especially with how the UVs are going to work in a second. But this is what you would have to do to set up for multiple materials. So with that, we're going to promote this return to a variable as well. So promote to variable, and we'll call this material instances. Now, material instances is going to be deleted, and right click to convert it to an array, which will then say add instead. So right here, add.
He's so
plug
fast.
it in, and there we go. So we can just add a reroute here. Before we go ahead and actually set our material here, we need to do something else, because we need to use a scene component to know what the UVs look like. Because one option for the UVs is to say, I believe if we say break,
we're making a power wash system.
I believe hit event, sorry. And if we break this, we can actually get a UV collision. So find UV collision. This is one method you can use for this system, but
what?
I found it didn't work too well.
What?
And had issues when it started to interact with different surfaces. For instance, when we would clean a cube, sometimes it wouldn't work when I was cleaning from the other side. And it was very odd, so I looked for other methods, and that's what we're going to go through right now.
Okay.
So another component we need to add for that to work is the 2D scene capture component. So this needs to be attached to our static mesh right here.
What? Huh?
And we want to make sure we set it to -90, -90 here.
This is interesting. Okay, so this is basically a camera. The scene capture component, this is like a camera we're adding to this. That's very, very strange.
And for all of this, we want to change it to orthographic.
Okay.
Want to make sure it's 1024 so that it's a
1024
square. And I believe that is all we have to change. No, sorry, that's not all we have to change. We have a few other things to do. In our scene capture here, we want to make sure we use show only list, because we
Okay, render mode, show only list.
only want to take a photo of the target itself. And we want to disable capture every frame, disable capture on movement, because we're just going to use the actual function itself called capture scene, and that's all we want.
Are you making a pressure washer? Yeah, basically. We're making a system so that your spaceships can get dirty and can be cleaned.
So there we go. So
okay, this, I'm getting nervous now. This is very performance heavy, what we're doing now. Getting a little nervous. Scene capture components scare me.
that is what we're going to get to soon. There's a few other things we need to go through first. So right here, we've created all our materials that we're going to use. And so the next step is we're going to add a sequence below right here. We're going to make a render target so that we can actually set our scene texture component to. So we're going to say create render target 2D. So not canvas, so not this one. We want to make sure we select this one at the bottom here. And so I'm just going to move it up because we're going to need 3 pins here. And we want it to be 124 by 124. Now, I'm going to say this straight away. 124 by 124 isn't too large. It should be okay. But one thing to note is if you decide to scale your item, the texture or the render target texture will not scale with it. So you need to be very careful when working on larger objects, because you would have to increase this, and increasing that can sometimes be very heavy on performances. So be careful with that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be promoted to what we're going to call...
Wish I had something to enjoy right now. I feel out of it. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. These days happen. Yeah. What makes you happy, Nick? Yeah. You know, it sounds like you need a self-care day.
Unwrap. And what it's going to do...
What are your vices? RT unwrap. Sounds like you need to treat yourself today.
Is we are going to pretty much, with Unreal, we're going to unwrap
Part of
the
it
texture
too.
in
Yeah.
the actual engine itself, and we're going to take a picture of that with our scene capture. So to get that done, we need to go into our scene capture here and say set texture target to our render target that we just made.
Okay.
So, and the last thing we need is we need to modify our show only actors. So right here with our scene component again, we're going to say show only actor components right here, and the in actor is going to be self. And we don't want to check the box because we just want to do self. There's no other actors that we want. We specifically want this static mesh, and that is all. So this will suffice for that. Now we're going to also need a second render target here.
Winter got you fucked right now. Bath, nice bath. Maybe not nice illithid. Baths are great. Mega coca, yeah, coca and marshmallows.
Once again, this is going to be dependent on the size. So this is actually, this one will always be 124, 1024, so it doesn't really matter. But this one here, you might want to change depending on the size of the item you're trying to clean. So right here, we're going to do at 1024, but you might need to modify it. Just be aware of that. So we're going to promote.
Let's see, games with friends, art without distractions, building. Mostly just want an actual hug from someone to take care of. Aww. Sorry I can't be there to hug you, but you know, I can do my best. Meh. Meh. Huh? Got my glasses. Come here. Yeah. There. It's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be okay. Someday I'll be able to give you like a virtual hug, but that's the best I can do, I'm afraid. Stop being the algorithm with your booba. I'm hugging you. That's all we can do, okay?
this as well to a variable, and this one is going to be called RT for render target hit. Sorry. And what this will be is for when the player actually shoots it, this is where we're going to modify. Now, before continuing here, I just want to get the kind of scene component stuff out of the way first.
You're welcome.
So, let's go ahead and do that now.
Get yourself a cozy blanket, get all wrapped up. Get some, like actually, get some hot cocoa, marshmallow, microwave that bitch, make it nice and steamy. Yeah.
One thing we need to do, and I'm not sure why this needs to be done, it's from testing, we seem to have to do this, or at least from my testing, I had to do this. We want to say set world rotation to -90 and -90 here. And this is the scene component. Now, I'm not sure why this is exactly, but I believe it's because it'll make it look down on the object. And that's very important. We need it to be looking down. Next thing is, once again, we want to get our object or our static mesh, and we want to do the same trick as before, so I actually just copy it from here. And we're going to go through it this time.
Okay.
As well, but unlike before, we're going to set the material here. Now, we haven't made this material yet, so I'm going to have to do that as well. So, get our static mesh, say set material, plug this in, and we're going to make that material right now. So, in our materials, right click, and we'll call this M unwrap.
Material, unwrap.
I'm just going to open that up for a second, and we'll just select it here, say M unwrap, and plug the elements into here. There we go. And right after this, so once we've created our M unwrap, which is going to do exactly as it says, we're going to say capture scene from our scene capture. And so that way we just take a screenshot pretty much of the UVs that have been unwrapped, and we then apply our material again so it looks normal. But just for now, we're going to leave this here so that we can actually see what I mean by unwrapping, even though it's exactly what it sounds like. Now, so the first thing, we're only going to need a few things here. One, we want it to be two-sided. We want it to be unlit. And the last thing I believe we need is we want to make sure that we allow negative, I believe it is here. We want it to allow negative emissive. So search for that. It's in materials. Oh, it's in advanced right here. Sorry, my bad for that. And as usual, if we're working with instances or something like that, you want to make sure that you check them in the usage part. But we're just going to be using basic static meshes as that's the target. We're going to get the world position, I believe. And we want to change this
absolute
to use
world
the
position. Hold it. World abso. Why is it not showing up? World position. Oh, absolute just appears. Okay.
Absolute world position excluding material offsets. So we'll look like this. And this X, Y, and Z is going to get plugged into the emissive. And it should look something like this for now.
Whoa.
For instance, a cube, yeah, it looks about like that. So, the last thing we need to do is we need to modify
witchcraft.
Our world position offset. Because what this does is it just adjusts the object's position and rotation, but now we need to pretty much flatten it out, so to speak. So to do that, we want to get our texture coordinates. We want to subtract. Right.
Hold on. Texture coordinate.
Here. And then we want to subtract half of it, so 0.5, so that we center. Then we want to multiply it by 1024, which is the size of our texture. So this is that it doesn't go larger than the space we have available here. Then we want to append, not that one, append vector, And what we want to append is a simple one value, so hold one in left click.
One left click.
And we then want to
one left click.
Once
What?
again,
One. There.
this time we want to add our actor position. And we're looking for actor position absolute, so we don't need to change anything here. Plug that in. And the final one is we're going to need an
Actor position. He's going very fast. Actor position. Add here. Okay.
another copy of this. So copy and paste it. But this time we just want to use the basic one, so absolute position, so the first one at the top, including the materials.
Uh-huh.
And that's also, and this time that's going to be subtracted. So to make the difference, I believe. Now, I'm not an expert on materials. This is from a tutorial I've followed. I will try and link it in the description if I can find it again. And we just plug this into the world offset. And so it'll look a bit weird. So let's just change that because it's kind of annoying to look at. So apply. Save. And that should be our material done. I'm just going to keep it open for a second just to be sure. And so what we're going to do is we are going to add a target. So I'm just going to remove this because I don't need it. We're going to go to our blueprints. We're going to add a target. Now the target has nothing on it for now. But if we go and select, let's say, a source mesh, which we're going to say a cube. Let's see if we have a very basic cube. What's this one? Let's just select that. So SM cube, we'll select. So SM cube, and we'll choose that one right here. So in the editor, it looks normal because it's just using the same material as by default here. But we want to tell it to use, well, for now, it won't really matter. But what we're going to use is we are going to...
The irony of a tutorial author emitting from another tutorial. I mean, that's kind of how it goes, you know? Like all of us developers and programmers, like we all, you know, borrow from each other and give to each other.
Use our instance.
Have labels. Yeah! That's right.
Right here. So select it and we can just use the selected asset here.
Okay, source material, master, what did I call it? Wait, which one is it? Power washing? Is it that one? I think it's that one.
So if we play here,
and Stack Overflow we trust.
Transform
yeah.
the queue. It's gonna look
I hope
like
it never changes, honestly, because programming is really difficult. Oh my god, what?
So if we just pause, that's...
What did you do? What the fuck? What did you do?
A source mesh, which we're gonna say a cube. Let's see if we have a very basic cube. What's this one? Let's just select that. So SM cube.
Wait, is mine gonna do? Oh god. Epilepsy warning, everybody. What the fuck?
We'll select, so SM cube, and we'll choose that one right here.
What?
So in the editor, it looks normal because it's just using the same material as by default here. But we want to tell it to use, well, for now it won't really matter. But what we're going to use is we are going to use our instance right here. So select it and we can just use the selected asset here. So if we play here, it's actually going to transform the cube, or it's going to look like it transformed at least. So if we just pause, that's the UVs. So that's the UVs of the cube. So I'm just going to cancel that because it actually hurts my eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
If we go and open that cube again, so right here, our SM cube, and we look at the UV channel, that's exactly what we get. And so we need to know this because we need to see where we're going to shoot at to clean it up, to modify it. So this is pretty much going to be all black to represent that it is dirty. And then we're going to use a render target of that all black to paint this white, which will then clean up the texture in our master material. So that's the whole kind of basis of it. And so if we do this, right, we don't actually need to see this, because if we capture the scene and immediately change the material back, it will work, but we won't see that. So that's exactly what we're going to do next. So we're going to do a for each loop here, and we're going to get our material instances, and we are going to say for our static.
But I guess this is running once in begin play, so it's not super heavy.
like mesh, set material right here. Plug this in, our new material goes there, our element goes there, and that will do it.
Hold it. I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up. Stat. Okay.
Yeah, so now if we do the same thing, it'll immediately change. So we didn't even see it out.
Yo. Yo!
But it has captured the actual UV map. So it knows what it looks like and it knows how we can modify it. So that's the next step. Now, before we get to that next step, we need to actually have a brush. Because right now we have a line trace that works perfectly well, but we don't have anything that I can... But we don't...
Okay, everybody, we've got another round of ads, so get up, get some water, get some stretchies, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Yep, that's how I feel right now. Absolute grim undying sounds.
We're just gonna go over here and
Oh.
they're pretty fragile, it seems.
See you never, asshole.
Now like that. Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger. I can feel it. Our minds touching. I'm like mold on fruit.
Oh, I leveled up.
Installation walls had been breached, tracking multiple Zerg signals throughout the
Damn it, she is the one thing that should not be. No. Okay, whatever. Stupid Goliaths.
This proves that Duran's working with the Zerg. Captain, don't let a single
Please.
Zerg stand in your way. We need this disruptor now more than ever.
Commander, why couldn't we get to the override? Well, you see, our Goliaths are dummy thick and couldn't get through the hallway. Had failed, hadn't it? Why was I brought back to life? Because I had to know. I had to know what happened. No.
Entering combat.
Did I just miss? I freaking missed.
Entering combat. Now.
What the fuck? What the hell, man?
Here we go.
Okay, that's dumb. Marshal Waits? One cannot simply give me a new toy. and not let me test it out on you.
Insalor, welcome. Yeah, I'm using VLC to play the clips, and just like it has so many problems. It's really dumb. I might just like have to. I don't want to make something myself, but I gotta try a different solution. All right, let's continue.
Actually paint on it. So that's the next step, and we're going to do that very quickly inside of our target as well. After all this, right here, we're going to create a dynamic material instance right here.
Dynamic.
And this is going to be our brush.
Okay.
Now, we don't have that material yet, so let's go and make it. So we're going to call that material a material brush. So let's go to power washing again, material, right click, material, M brush. Now we're going to select this here, M brush. So there we go, that new one right there. So this material is going to be very similar to the other one. We want it to be unlit because it's just going to be black.
Hold on, he's getting ahead of me again. Power brush. Okay. Unlit.
Black and white.
Hiyo, what's up, Gio? We are making the cleaning and dirtying system for space mistakes. Well, we're prototyping it. This may or may not make it in the game, but I'm pretty sure it will. Yeah. So we're basically making a power washing clone system as a base, and I'll have to modify it for multiplayer and modify it to work in space. So that's pretty exciting.
And we want it to be translucent so that we can use the
translucent
opacity here to use a kind of sphere mask to smooth things out. Now, once again, if we are going to be using any of thing else but a static mesh, make sure you check it here as well. And let's get into it. So first thing we need is our emissive color here. So we're going to get a 3 vector, which is going to be white.
What?
And this is going to plug into the emissive and
white. Okay, in the emissive.
Just so you know, if you want to make it so that you can have a, let's say, a means to make things dirty again, then you need to just swap this to black. So you could turn this into a parameter and do that just fine.
So cool! So cool! Even tells me how to do it. Okay, awesome. Only if you use water just because it would freeze. Wait, really? It would boil. If you spray water, it would boil. It wouldn't freeze, would it? It would turn to steam. It wouldn't get hot, but it would phase change from liquid to gas because of the pressure. Would that make it cold? I guess it would make it cold. I don't know. That's actually a really good question.
So for the opacity, we want a few things. So the first thing is we need to have a reference to our unwrapped texture. So we're going to get that here and say texture sample. We're going to plug this into a sphere mask at the top to make sure this goes into A. Then we want another node, and this is going to be a 4 because we need to convert it to a parameter, which is going to be the position. So this is where we are currently hitting with our line trace. So position singular because we can only pass 1 through. This is going to be. So by default, this will have an error, I believe, if we compile, because it'll say it doesn't have a texture once we plug it in. So let's just give it a gray for now. Doesn't matter.
A gray. Sure. Again, cold burn, sandblasting, turn the paint off.
Then for our radius, we're going to make a scalar parameter which we'll call size, and we'll put it to 5, which is our default inside.
Scalar parameter Size 5. That goes to our radius?
Of the actual target itself, or inside of our cleaner, sorry. Then we want to have another scaler, which we'll call hardness, and this one, to be fair, I didn't end up touching, but I just put it 0.4. You can always modify it to be whatever you like. And this sphere mask simply goes into opacity, and we're done. That is the brush complete. There's nothing else to do there.
Cool.
So make sure you remember, oh sorry, texture sample needs to be a parameter as well. So right click texture sample, and this is called unwrapped, we'll call it, specifically for that texture. So apply, and we can close this, we don't need it anymore. And let's get our target. So now we have our new texture here.
Specialized automotive radiator fluid.
And
oh, you're right, Kat. Water boils in vacuum because of lack of pressure, lowering its effective boiling point. Yeah. I think you could still use water. It'll just turn to steam. Which is probably even better for cleaning. I don't know.
We get to create our material instance. So promote to variable, mi brush, we'll call it.
I brush.
And with it we get to say set texture parameter value.
Texture.
And the value we're looking for is our unwrap, our render target unwrap.
Render target unwrap. Okay.
Wrap, so that we have that information in our actual.
You gotta set the parameter
itself.
too.
So make sure you change the name and make sure it is exactly the same. So unwrapped, we called it.
Wrapped.
Make sure it is the same, spelled the same way. Yes, it is. Caps are at the same location as well. Okay, so.
Guessing is gonna do down the render targets method. Yeah, we already implemented render targets. Yeah. So it's gonna be kind of a heavy system already. So, syncing this across the network is going to be painful.
That we now have our brush, we have our canvas pretty much with our UV texture here. We just need to get to painting. Now that's where the render hit is going to come in. So with the render hit, what we need to know, or what we need to inform our objects of, is we need to tell them right here, our material instance, how it's going to affect the mask. And so just a reminder for those who may not remember anymore, this is the mask. This is what we're talking about here. We're talking about modifying this texture right here, so our opacity mask. So just to make sure it's correct, you can just close the layer itself. So if we close the layers here, layer.
Did we go nerd mode?
If we close layer asset and we just look at
this
our
game is multiplayer?
asset,
yeah, Space Mistakes is multiplayer. Yeah.
This is what's gonna
my vision for it is it's like server dedicated. I'm adding dedicated server support, but on release, will just be not local multiplayer, but peer-to-peer multiplayer. Exactly how like Satisfactory's multiplayer works is how this is gonna work on release, but I will add dedicated server support like immediately after is the idea.
Changed. So we're going to be modifying that as we go. Now we need to make sure that by default it is 100% black so that we actually can then modify it. So to do that, first what we need to do is we need to go and do a for each loop. So you can press F and left click, plug this in, and right here we're going to say set texture parameter value, but this time by info. And this is probably pretty rare. Most people don't use this very often, but we have to do this because we're talking about layered materials. So here you want to search for make material parameter info.
Make. Okay.
Now, right here is where everything kind of changes compared to usual, because usual you would just put a name in, you'd be fine. And you're right, here we want to put our material name or our parameter, which is opacity mask. Now just to check that's correct, opacity mask. Now the important thing is next, make sure you change this from association to blend parameter, because right here global would be if we were doing a normal parameter. It would be like if we were working with this. Now on the other hand, if we're talking about a layer parameter, that is if we're talking about something in here. And the last thing is, which is the middle, which is blend, and that is when we're talking about what's within this mask here, this material layer blend. And the final input, which is the index, is which layer are we talking about. Now right here, the background doesn't count. So the background isn't taken into consideration. We're talking about layer 1, and layer 1 is 0. So make sure here we change the index to 0. And the input we want to know what we hit, what we are actually trying to clean. So we can compile this, and now we have everything set up for our canvas, for our brush, and for where we can paint with the UV.
Okay.
One last thing, sorry, is we actually need to make sure our RT right here is cleared to black. So right here. So that means that it is using the black color.
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that cat. And you just gently squish them.
Times the detail.
Here, clear color, black. Yeah, opacity's 1 though. Does that matter? Let me double check. What did he do?
Black. So right here. So that means that it
it
is using the black color, and we're going to paint white on it with our brush right here. So now we need one other thing. Now we need a few functions. Now, the first very easy function is going to be modify brush size, because we might want to modify the brush size. So very simply, it's going to have an input, which is going to be a float, which will be the brush size. And we will just get our brush here and say set scalar parameter value. And we will just plug.
Wait, where did he get that material instance brush? Oh, here. Okay. Get set scalar material instance value. Okay. Here, there. Okay.
In our brush size, change the parameter name to size, because that's what we called it right here. And we can compile.
I want to say I absolutely love how this guy narrates everything. I can almost completely follow this tutorial with just the audio alone. Which is really, really rare and really nice for a tutorial. So good job.
The next function, and this is the key one, is the actual drawing part. So we're looking to call this draw to render target. And for inputs, we're going to need a impact point, which is going to be a world location. And we're going to need the brush size, which we're going to do all from the same location in here. So this will be a
size.
So to be fair, this isn't actually necessary. We'll just copy it and put it in here with the brush size.
I suspect they do, Octavia.
And so now we want to get a reference to our brush here as well. And we're going to...
Okay, hold on. Wait. Draw to render, set scalar. Wait, what? Hold on.
Target. And for inputs, we're going to need a impact point, which is going to be a world location. And we're going to need the brush size, which we're going to do all from the same location in here. So this will be a float. So to be fair, this isn't actually necessary. We'll just copy it.
Oh, he copied it. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if something else was going on. I just like looked away at that point.
Here with the brush size. So just delete that.
Wait, what? You motherfucker.
And so now we want to get a reference to our brush here as well. And we're going to say set vector parameter value, the basic one.
Okay.
And we're going to call this the position. So
Position.
that is written correctly, and that is based on, I believe, this right here. Yeah, our position right here. So for the sphere mask. And with it, we are going to pretty much be drawing to our brush the impact location. So get our impact point, plug this into the value. With this brush again, what we're going to do is we are going to draw it. We're going to use this brush, this modification. So how to put it? the brush itself isn't an actual like brush like you would think in Photoshop. It's not a circle. What it is it is the actual representation of the whole UV map, and it is black by default, and we are adding white onto it. Now, as we do that, we're going to take this whole canvas and say, well, here to the render target, this is what we've painted. And so that render target is then going to be modified and change the appearance in our material instance. So we want to get our
base is under attack.
and say draw material to render target. And what will that will
draw material to render target. Okay. How's it going? RT hits. Go here. Hiyo. Same day brother shipping is available for tokens. What?
do.
What are you doing, silly? Give you shout out. Shout out. Dash. Yeah.
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that cat. And you just gently squish them.
I don't know if my shout out command worked. Did it break? Hang on. Dash. There you go. Ah, it did work. Okay, cool. Cool. Playing a new Mario and Luigi game.
It'll make it appear like what we just painted is the render target, which is in black and white, which will then go to the material instance, which will change the mask. So with this, we
Mark Sparks! Oh my god, hi! Hey, Mark!
Works. It just works. Except we haven't caught anything yet. And so to finish things off, we need to go back to our cleaner so that we can connect everything up through our line trace right here.
Okay.
So we're going to start off by adding a for each.
Stopping by to say hello and check in. Hi! Yeah, we're working on the getting dirty and getting clean system for space mistakes. We're prototyping it. This is an exploratory thing right now because this is outside of the scope of the original game. But this is a nice to have for space mistakes.
And connecting out hits.
Hi, Boomer.
And what we want to do is with a break, we want to see if our
yes, kitchen gun. We can have kitchen gun.
Character or our target has been hit. So we'll cast to a target. Plug this in right here.
Okay. 4. Here. I'm really excited to see. I remember you telling me about it a while ago. Super happy to see you continue working on it. Yep. I have been working on it as much as I can. I am really trying to get this out ASAP. So yeah, I'm proud of myself for sticking to it. And honestly, everyone's support has made this possible because I could not have gotten this far without all of you. So really, thank you so much. Yeah, all the stream income goes to, allowing me to finish this game and make it. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Yeah.
And we need the impact point, which are going to be promoted.
Okay, we gotta break the hit results. That we need the cast to target. Cast to a target. I called it a little bit different. But yeah, it is good. Okay.
Promoting to a variable, a local variable.
Local variable, go here, add this, do that, play the video.
Which we'll call impact point.
But yeah, Mark, I am thrilled.
Now, we do need to also save which targets we have hit.
There are still many game-breaking issues I gotta fix, but honestly, the game is really coming together. I'm like super stressed out, but it's really starting to come together. Yeah. Impact point. Oh, impact point. And this would be like, I don't know.
Actually, no,
this
sorry.
Would be really
we
fun.
don't need to do this. That's overkill. It's not necessary.
I wondered why you were doing this, my guy. Why?
Here we want to call our function draw to render target, and the input is going to be the impact point, and the brush size is going to be our brush radius. So plug that all in, and that should just work. So let's give it a try. So let's see if we draw, it starts appearing purple blue. I'm actually going to remove.
Wait. Whoa, that's so cool! Look at that! The line traces make it really hard to see. So cool.
Move the visuals because that's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, let me do that too. That was in the cleaner. In the... Oh wait, it was here. Let's do none.
See because of that. So let's try that again. So if we paint, we actually start to see that purple appear under. Because if we look at our master material here and we hide all of these, we have red. Okay, so
the guns
the reason
Dead
is
Space?
because
Yeah,
currently we're
kind
only
of.
painting on this layer. So if we hide that, sorry, if we hide this, we have a purple. And the reason is because we're actually seeing this and this.
Hold up. Hold up. I didn't actually add the extra layer that he did. For simplicity's sake. I didn't want to go crazy with the complication already.
This, but we're hiding this white layer. So to make sure that this is working correctly as we intend, let's go ahead and just remove this blue layer.
See?
It's right here we have red. So now if we paint over it, it should be red. So let's go into first person and let's see. There we go. So it does indeed become red. And
I just realized that you could actually freaking paint your ship like this. I didn't even consider that part. What's the res? 1024 by 1024.
No matter which direction we paint from, it does work. Now, as you can see, it's kind of pixelated, and that's due to the size, as I mentioned previously. If we make it bigger, it will look more smooth. Now, one last thing we can do just to see if it's working, because right now it's not really so much cleaning, it's more just painting on top, right? Or removing a layer. Now, let's see if we can change this dirt layer to be something more like dirt. So we're going to make...
Okay. Dirt layer. Pink, prevent acid or wind damage. Huh. I don't think I want to make it... This will never be part of gameplay. This is purely aesthetic.
This kind of...
Because, like, something like this is very tedious. It can be tedious. I know it can be relaxing for some, but I want this to be completely optional. Or you can hire NPCs to clean your ship. That kind of thing.
Like this. But
or you can build machines to clean your ship. That too.
Instead of having our
clean/repair
opacity just be 1, we're going to use a material here, a mask. So
okay, what did he just do? Layer dirt, static base color was unchecked. Color is dirt colored, so something like that. Bunch of drones with kitchen guns, kitty robots to dirty. Oh, that's such a cute idea! Yeah, little kitty cat drones. maybe something Kerfus inspired.
Let's look for an alpha mask here, and we'll.
Okay, so he's under opacity of the dirt layer. This is checked. This is checked, and he's looking for here.
Just use this one. I don't know if we have any surface imperfections. I don't think so. But let's just add, in that case, an alpha mask.
Oh, Kerfus. The maid robot, the servant robot.
For instance, this.
Okay. I can pull it up in a minute here.
That's not perfect, but it should do the trick to get kind of the idea across. So right now, if we play, some of it will be red, but like these parts are dirty, so we want to clean them by actually just using our brush here to clean those specific areas off. And there we go, so it's working very nicely. And let's see now, let's try if we kind of remove our multiple lengths here and just put this to 0 and just increase, let's say, our size to something like 15, make it a bit bigger. So now if we play, we have the same thing. Now, as I mentioned, if we paint the red, nothing happens, but we have a big brush that can go over the rest pretty easily and clean it all up just nice. So there we go. Now, one thing to note about this whole thing is right here, it may not be too visible, but the whole system doesn't much like seams. So if you have, for instance, the islands that are visible, sometimes you might have a little bit on the edge that can't actually be cleaned. So at least by the brush. So there we go. I believe that covers everything here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned.
Golly. That's so cool. And let me go to our length. Let's change it to 0. Let's make our brush bigger. Do 15. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Guy. You were great. And now it's up to us to explore and implement ourselves. Alright. Transform fit to screen. So, the first thing I want to check is, I want to see if this actually replicates. I highly doubt it, but let's try. So I'm going to do client. This is the first test. I'm a client now. I'm shocked that worked. Okay. Let's do 2 players. Let's do 2 clients. And I'm going to put the second client up here. Let's go back and show our second display. So I'm controlling the other player. We're both invisible. We can't see each other. Okay, so it looks like it does not sync, which is kind of what I expected. We didn't do any network replication whatsoever. Yeah, I'm cleaning the top, but it's not syncing. Okay, so we need to do some replication, which shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be bad, guys. Replicating this is going to be a nightmare. It's gonna be a nightmare. Because, like, you have to... I think we've got to make it a queue system, kind of. So you have, like... And then the client sends a request to the server to queue a cleaning operation. And that's sent back to all clients. It's gonna be a mess. But we can do it. We can do it. So now I'm going to control the opposite one. And, yeah, as you can see, it's not changing whatsoever.
And
actually, oops, that's the video.
I hope you managed to get what you wanted.
Nope, stop it. Yeah, I'm cleaning the top and nothing's changing. Okay. Drat!
To do. So I will be seeing...
You're going to want low resolution textures too. Yeah, again, this is exploratory. I don't know how feasible this is. Because, like, in reality, every single block, a low multiple of 32 by 48. Yeah, because every block would have something like this. So, yeah. I don't know how practical it will be, but, you know, we try. I just wanted to get a system to play around with and to test with. So, like, I guess for starters, let's just grab a bunch of these. Let's just try, you know, keep it simple. Let's put a bunch here. We have a bunch of cubes. Bunch of dirty cubes. Doot, 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 doot. Doot. This is a bit more like it would be. Like, just imagine this is a big fucking spaceship. This is the side of a spaceship. And I'm going in here and oh, hang on, let me delete my my friends. Let's see, delete that. Let's do standalone and run it. Hey, Azure. Okay, optical dream kiddo still working. Okay, have a great dinner.
It's running great.
This doesn't seem too bad. Wow, it even like correctly understands. How does it handle the seams between actors? So let me enable physics for 2 of these. I'm curious. Also, I know that the mathematics that we didn't add any mathematics for handling any orientation in space. So I want to double check, test that, make sure it can handle like any rotation of the object that's being cleaned and any rotation of the power washer that's cleaning it or modifying it. People, we're making stuff dirty and making it clean. All right, let's do physics. Physics. Static mesh. Simulate physics is true. We'll give it some mass. We'll just do one. We're not testing physics. I'm testing the cleaning. How the cleaning works from... Oh, look at that. Actually, maybe that's acceptable. Maybe that is acceptable. If I rotate this like that, what happens? I want to get these, I want these to have the same X and Y, please. I've already identified that Vertex Paint required a plugin. Yeah, that's fine. I have no qualms with installing plugins to get jobs done. Let me just copy this. I want to check how it looks with a seam. That's what I'm interested in. Yeah, it has issues. Yeah. He did mention that there might be some issues like this. Although when it's across the same object, it seems to work fine. But when it's between 2 different meshes, it's not quite perfect. Huh. Oh well. That's a small detail that I'm not too fussed about. But the bigger elephant in the room is getting multiplayer sync to work. And, you know, I wonder if there's just like dead ass something on the marketplace that does something like this already. I'm gonna have a look. I didn't even look. I was just like instantly, I want to make it. I want to know how it works. I try to avoid plugins for systems like that because I'll have to like reverse engineer them anyway to implement them. But I'm going to have a look really quick. I don't think this is going to show any sensitive information. So I'm going to pop this down here. All right, we're looking for power wash. Unreal Engine. Power wash. Power wash? Power cables? Yeah, that's a negative. How about clean? Cleaning tools, asset cleaner. Cleaning sound effects. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Yeah. Not so much. That's okay. That's kind of what I expected anyway. Yeah. Okay. So to review how this works is that we have to implement some extra steps in the setup here. So honestly, I can collapse all this to a function. And we're going to call this init power washing. Okay. And I will have to go and I'll have to come up with a solution for that seam issue. But if we look at the cleaner, okay, the line trace function. So we'll have the client do the line tracing. That's totally fine. And the part that we'll require to do on the server, draw to render target. Probably, honestly, this right here, this is what we send to the server. I'm gonna do some work, but I can't listen in. Okay, Octavia, good luck. Yeah, so we're gonna make a queue system for the target. So we'll make a queue, and we're gonna use what's it called? Rep notify to synchronize these things. I think that's the way to go. Yeah. I'm thinking. And so the queue will get repped, but then we kind of have a problem where we don't want to send this. So the way this is working right now is that this is a tick. Every tick it does this, which is great for client side, but not good for the server. So there's an optimization that needs to be done there as well. We need to batch requests and send them, but that's gonna be a whole mess too. Hey, little Blob, welcome. Okay, so I'm thinking that how do we do this? I already have a plugin to synchronize render targets. That's something I have. But it's not very... It's clunky. So I think... I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. I think this has to be a two-part system. We need a system where we synchronize the render target itself. And then, because that'll be the current like snapshot of the dirtiness of the asset. So we synchronize the asset, and then we synchronize after that. We synchronize the commands to update it going forward. What's going on? We're working on a cleaning system, a cleaning and dirty system for splashy mistakes. So actually, I can throw in my texture. Let me grab one of my texture packs. Add to project. This is clean. So we can actually kind of see what it would look like. Show all projects. Clean. Why is it not showing up? Power. There we go. Add. Are you making your rocket using camera and thrusters? No. Don't worry about that. Okay, so I got my materials in here. So what I can do is if we go to our material power washing instance here. The red color is going to be our sci-fi material. So how about we use this one for now? Oh! Do I use a base color? Oh, it wants a texture. I think I have these as textures too. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Let's use this one. Boop. Color off. Yeah, check it out. We've got our sci-fi texture now.
16 times the detail.
So if we go here and press play, we've got dirty spaceship blocks. And we can clean it. Yay. Actually, it's kind of strange it's not cleaning the corner. Yeah. I'm also noticing a dip in FPS. That's also kind of a worry. We have fuck all running. We're losing frames. Hello? Oh, we're at 90. Okay. Yeah, let me cap this at 60 just for now. Project settings. FPS. Frame rate lock. Frame rate. Smooth fixed frame rate of 60. Just for now. Okay. Much better. Oh, it's motion blur that's tripping me up. Man, I hate motion blur. I hate that's on my default. Alright. Let's turn that off. I was like, am I losing frames? DM with 2 videos of my tests with a link to the plugin. Did you crack the case? Did you crack the case? Whoa! What is this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. What is happening here? So if we go here and press play, we've got dirty spaceship blocks. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh. Thanks for the follow, little blob. Huh. This looks like a better solution, honestly. I noticed that the resolution is super low. Runtime vertex paint and detection. Yeah. Trailer. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I don't know if that's copyright or not music. Data of closest vertex. That is cool. Hit. Paint area effect and fall off. Combine. That's so cool. Big steppy. Big steppy. Oh no, the giant's falling. Oh no. Plunk. Paint within area. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. I love this engine. Paint with an area. Tell me how's not working. Please tell me how's not working. Or set mesh with a color. This is what you were testing with? Is replication. Paint on cloth. Ragdoll from Half-Life and Gmod, right? Dang, look at that! That's so cool! No. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. That's neat. Fuck you, kid. Get green. Oh, that's so cool. Hang on. Let me look at the informations. The back end is sort of simple and complex at the same time. Let's see. Rolling around in filth. Paint up to 12 surfaces. Wait, what? What do you mean paint up to 12 surfaces? Finally free from working on chill bed. Have a good stream. Alright, Alma-chan. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, okay? I'm not seeing that replicate word. Not seeing it. Nope. Dang it. Let me see if there's like questions and stuff. Where are the questions and reviews? Task speed, painting on 980,000 vertices. Nope, AFAB isn't. I see. I mean, so I would have to, do I want to replicate a system I'm unfamiliar with, or replicate a system I just made myself and know the ins and outs? I will say this looks more feature rich, so that's nice, and it's probably more performant. Probably, definitely. Let me get some music going. Yeah. So ignoring, I can try, see what happens. Yeah, go for it, please. And did you just buy this to check? If you did, thank you. You're amazing. Okay. You didn't? Wait, how are you? Sus. Sus. Hi, Taiga. My freelancer, your library is huge. Okay. Right. So my attempt at making this replicate, I'm gonna ignore the render target synchronization for now. I'm just gonna add the server queuing. So let's start off. We need a structure to synchronize. So let's go ahead and make that. Power washing. This is going to be blueprint. We're going to make a blueprint structure. Fuck. Make blueprint structure. Structure. This is going to be This is. Dio, let's talk after stream. Let's talk after stream. I would like to work together. Dried tube. Hiyo. Good to see you. Okay, this is a brush operation. We're gonna just call it that. And so brush operation will have 3 different things. It'll have not this. It will have target. Got it. Okay. What was the note to split execute client server? Oh, has authority is what you're looking for. Your model is so expressive. Who made it? The artist is Ninjutsu on Twitter. And my rigger is Titania on Blue Sky. Warning Black Dog on Blue. I don't think Ninjutsu's on Blue Sky just yet. Let me poke him and ask. Let me poke him. Are you Blue Sky? I want promote you there. Okay. Didn't have to do. Yeah. I am a multiplayer expert. I have failed every possible way. So yeah, please use me. I am a resource. Don't suffer like I did. Okay. So, do I want the queue to be stored in the object themselves or somewhere else? I think it makes sense to start in the object themselves. Oh, for now, we'll do it that way. It would be better if it was a singleton, though. Thanks for the follow, DYDXVT. Oh yeah? Are you a math nerd? Because your username is quite derivative. I almost got a major in mathematics. Sorry, I almost got a minor in it, is what I meant to say. Okay, I'll call this brush operations queue. This is going to be changed to, it is an array. Wait, yeah, it's an array. This is going to be brush operation structure. This is going to be instance editable replication condition is rep notify. Super important. Okay. And let's see here. Now we go to cleaner and we're going to, instead of immediately calling draw render target, we're going to enqueue it on the server. So let's do has authority. Although I don't think we need that check here. Because we're not going to do that here. We're going to add it to the queue. But we have to add it to queue on the server. So we need a custom event to do that. This is where things are going to look crazy. Custom events. In queue brush operation. This is going to be run on server. We're not going to make this reliable. We're not going to do that. This is an unreliable operation. Okay. In queue brush operation, the input is going to be a structure. Brush Operation strut. Brush. Operation structure. Okay. I actually haven't defined it just yet. I need to do that right now before I forget. And unfortunately, we have another ad break coming up. This will be the final one of the stream because I need to go in an hour. We've gone a bit late because I have started so late. But, yes. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, everybody.
What did he just do? Oh, he vented. Okay, let's go. I thought he vented.
He huffs and just goes, "Oh, okay, food, fine," and just starts.
This is fine.
Just sheer overpowering charisma.
And starts scarfing down whatever's in front of him. As this member goes back and gets like 3 shanks to bring it back to the entertainment of the Panther.
Oh boy.
Papa
So.
seems happy.
You know, just some practical adjustments, like a 205mm howitzer and dual 50 cal machine guns. Is it this? Oh, hi, friend. Another 10 out of 10 landing. Ow. I'm sorry. Twinsy! I don't fucking believe it. Oh my god. Why are you looking so cute? I don't know what you're talking about. I can just knock out this entire wall. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this lady trying to prove? Making everyone feel insecure about their carrot size, okay? There's just fish and water just spewing out of me.
There's fish and water spewing out of you, did you just say?
Uh-huh.
You might want to get that checked with by a doctor. That doesn't sound, that doesn't sound right.
Oh no. I have to... There's something water faster than I can...
Okay. Sorry about that. What'd you get, Geo? Wait, did you replicate it already? Are you serious? Wait. Is this really replicating, or do they all just have the same... They're running the same conditions? You know what I mean? Hold on off multi-cat custom event. Oh, you're using multicast? But I guess it does work then, huh? I guess we'll go with that system then. I'll have to do some more investigation too. But I think that's probably, I don't know, it's good to explore. So I'm gonna grab it, let's have a look. And see what we can do. So let me purchase it really quick. Totomote kudasai. But yeah, really nice find, thank you. Let me see here. Let me see here. This is the listing. Ooh. Not more than 100k of me finding. Personal it is. Found the component. Has some options. Oh, it has a replication option. Huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. Newton, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Unplug multicast, left there 2 blocks to plug the component. Yeah. There is, all active components have a replication tick box. The actor itself must also need the actor itself must replicate before the components will replicate. Just as a warning. Uh-huh. What is this thing called again? Vertex. Vertex. Why is it not showing up? Vertex. You fool! Yeah, multicasting is actually quite bad. No, don't worry about it. It's a Half-Life reference. Multicasting is really bad, because it will send that. It'll run that function, that call, on all connected clients, no matter what. So it's good for, like, you know, like server chats, but like if players are on opposite ends of the universe, it's not a good thing to use. Vertex. Vertex. There it is. Okay. Install to engine. 5.4. Yeah. So, like, you want to use rep notify for your synchronization because it will take advantage of Unreal Engine's built-in relevancy system. So, if, you know, that way it'll always synchronize two players nearby. Okay, Coke. Rest well. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. Alright, so we've got it installed. Let me reopen the project And we'll play with this alternate system. Let's see what we can make it do. Ascend is it what I made so far. Okay. How did you fit? How is it so? These are the U assets? Let me see. Uh-huh. Cool. Let me have a look. Okay. So we've got our project open. We can enable our plugin. Text. Here we go. Start. Okay. Let me import your assets. I am curious. We'll put this into a new content folder. We'll call this Vertex Painting. I'm so glad we're doing this. This is fun. This is just a really fun engine to play around in. And then extension USN. Oh. Okay, hang on. Probably just gotta drop them in the folder itself. Where is the project folder? Power washing template. There it is. Content. Vertex painting. Alright, let's see if this works. I've actually never added UwU assets like this before. So this might... I assume you have, which is why you sent it this way, but we'll see. You're in 5.3? Oh. Whoops. Well... It seems to be functioning. Meow! Our scene appears to be empty. Is that intentional? Should have the blueprint in it. Yeah, this of our cube front here. Vertex paint detection cube. Alright, I see a line trace. What do we gotta do here? I guess I'm gonna set a mesh here. Let me look at what this does. What do you do? Why is your code not here? Check the cube mesh. It's none. I'll use an SM cube. Alright. BP should be using the cube in the folder. Oh! I can fix that. It was about control. I'm guessing the cube is supposed to have this material as well. Look at that. Okay. So the way this is working is that it seems to be losing the color. It's not like... It's almost acting like a light. You know what I mean? Like when it's away from the ray trace here. Which I guess, you know, whatever, that's just a setting. But, hey! Super cool though. Valiant. Hey Rav Bunny. Nya nya. How goes? Okay, random poll time. I'm curious. How many of you watching are VTubers? Let's do a poll. Are you a VTuber? I'm curious. No. Are you a VTuber? Yes. No.
Fantasy.
Welcome to Bunny. Bunny. Okay. Let me see, Gio. What you got? I'll put it in browser so I can read this. I don't know where this is. Is this in here? Yes. Lerp to target. Does it PN tuber? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, PN tubers count. I think it's enough with Lerp. Apply color settings. Interesting. And then set or add. That's Lerp, set, add. I'm guessing add makes it permanent, maybe? Leave Lerp off for now, change the rest to add. Okay. Lerp. Okay. There you go. It's painting. Okay. So, vertex paint detection. Let me check something. I want to see update paint custom event limitation update paint on the server. You're right, this is working. Huh. Well, this isn't multicasted though. What? Wait. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Where are my other clients? Why is it only running one? Oh, because I'm simulating. If you want it darker, you need a negative color. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So it doesn't work because we're not replicating it. So still an event. We'll call replicated paint. I'm gonna multicast it for now. Just for now. Let me disconnect this, go here. If you're remote, paint. Okay. Well, hold on. I want this to run on the server. And then the clients will get it. Or gifts carousel. Pleasure life, not a drill. Okay. Let's do all of our replication checks. Replicates. Replicates true. Save. Vertex point direction. Replicates true. Save. Oh shit? Oh shit? Okay. Wow. I think this is our ticket. Where the hell am I? Yeah, it's replicating. We gotta do more testing. But I think this is the way to go. Let me see. So, I'm gonna do a test. Retry. Reconnect. Okay. That's what I was worried about. So it's not truly replicating. It is just replicating this function, which is what we told it to do, sure. But the data is not replicating. So like we're painting, we're doing the operation, right? And oh yeah, the polling thing. Let me see. What was the result? I missed it. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so the object changes, and when a player joins or gets close for the relevancy update, they won't see the changes. They'll see a perfectly clean item. So, we can overcome that if we figure out how to synchronize the data. Which is totally doable. Make task, but it would probably be best if this supported it. Or again, we synchronize, we record what changes have happened to it, and the object itself will remember that kind of thing. Like we have a couple of different options for it. So that's probably, if I were trying to save like a spaceship to a file, right? I would have a record of like, okay, it got shot here, it got cleaned here, here, and here. Is how I would literally store the actions that were done to it. So that might be the way to go anyway, if this thing can't remember itself, you know? But I'm curious to see what this thing has to offer. Let's watch some tutorials on it. Yay, more tutorials! Showcase build an example project. Example project showcase. Let's see. Okay. We have a looky. That cue put a heart monitor to rat on your heart using killer shift. I'm fairly chill. My heart rate doesn't do a whole lot, to be honest.
In this video you will get an overview of everything the example project has to offer, so you can more easily look them up if you want to get inspiration for your own solutions. Note, it is not recommended to directly copy things from the example project and assume that it will work for your project, since the things here might have dependencies to, for instance, a physics surface that might not exist on your project. It's always best to make your own solution suited for what your game actually needs.
You can see if there's a Discord server. I'm sure someone's asked about replication before. I'm gonna do some research while we watch this. Oh, the reflections are so fucking cool. Let's see. Oops. Shit. Hold on. The particle painting is so fucking stellar. Like, I have dust clouds. Look at that! Look! This is exactly what I'm gonna do with it. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Do you want it to? Professor is possible to do it yourself from scratch. I've never done it. I'm going to school. Well, so like you do it yourself to learn, but realistically in the real world, you need to leverage what's out there. You have to, you gotta make the judgment call. Okay, do I spend the time developing this and learning it and making it? Will I save more resources doing it myself? Or will I save more if I purchase something and learn this system? And like, it's not always a straightforward thing. And sometimes you just might be wrong and it ends up costing more resources of yours. So that's just kind of how it goes. Like, I can almost use this out of the box, but I need replication. I need it to work. Wait, it will take 4 hours to make, or $10 buy. Do you get paid more in $10 and 4 hours? So I don't look at it in terms of like my value. I look at it in terms of like, okay, I don't get paid anything. This is like, I am at a deficit when I work on this, right? So it's like, okay, will this, how much, my resource right now is time. How much time will it take for me to do this? Will it take more time doing it myself, or will it take more time integrating someone else's system to do the same job? Yeah. That's how I currently evaluate these extra assets. Sync at random vertices? What do you mean by sync? Okay, so we have some editor tools. That's nice of them. I was thinking an office job stream. Yeah. You need to host a dev team. I would love to. No, I would love to have other people on a team with me. Yeah. I don't really enjoy managing. I'm not skilled at managing people. So like it's like a new skill for me. But I would love to. Okay. I'm not seeing a Discord server. I might just have to message this guy. I don't really want to. Oh, wait, yes. Here it is. Found it. There is a Discord. Alright. Planned features, FAQ. Rep. There's no... Can you paint on...
Squish that cat. All you need to know is to squish that cat. And you just gently squish them.
You didn't find it. Or is it buried? It's on the... Here, I'll give you the link. I found it. I'm poking around there. Planned features. 12 physics surfaces. Oh, okay. I was confused why it was saying that. Capsule shape, cone shape. Amount of others past missions along. Yeah. But my biggest problem is that I don't have money to pay. I have like very tiny income from stream. That's all I got right now. So like I can't afford to hire people and pay them properly. And it's paying people with like, you know, future profits or percentages of sales is like, I'm happy to do that, but it doesn't work for most people to work like that. They can't work on a promise. They need to see money right away. And I respect that. And like if you wanted to assist me for free, I wouldn't let you. I will pay you in the future at the minimum. No, because like this is for, you know, this is my livelihood here. So you will reap in the spoils as well. Wheel paint component. Oh, that's so cool. That's so flipping cool. I never knew how toxic it was. My degree is useless now. That's how I feel with software engineering right now. I just can't find a job in either profession. So just like, well, fuck me. Just do it myself, you know? That's so cool. I love your work and how much freedom you guys have. Yeah. Paint service. This is such a flipping cool project. I adore this thing. Alright. Blueprint, discussion. The joy messages are in the discussion? Important links. I'm just gonna search for replication in this Discord, see what comes up. No results. That is not a good idea. That is not a good result. Replicate. Nothing. Network? Oh! Okay. Excuse me. If you do anything that requires hiring someone who has experience in the area, if you want to get things done fast, it's no rush, you can hire someone that will learn it eventually. Dude! Dude, look at this! Look at what this guy did with this. That's exactly what I want to do. Look at that. It's so cool. He's got different layers. And so he has like holes and shit going through the meshes without, you know, the holes actually being there. That's exactly what I want to do with this system. You know, that and the dirt and stuff. Like battle damage. Oh, it's so cool. Wait, what? Hi. Are you the guy? Wait. The developer. Oh, he's on YouTube.
Banshee.
You are. Hi. So I'm really glad you joined. We want to know about how to we want to use this in a multiplayer project. And so replication is really important to us. We did get replication working with multicasting, but we need it to work with similar to rep notify, if that makes sense. It's a bit old, download latest renowned test stuff. Okay. Yeah. Is there like documentation on where would I go for replication information? That's what I'm looking for right now. And thank you so much for joining, Alexander. Truthfully. I wonder if it's possible to prevent the bits of intergrid with no support showing. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Alex is in YouTube chat, the developer of this plugin. Yeah! There's a dev that joined the Discord. Yeah. Oh yeah, sure enough. It works for hot joiners, 2 seconds, and link the block. Oh, you are the best. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Base is under attack.
Hey, Barb. Welcome. Thanks so much for the raid. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Alex. So the project is a space sandbox RPG. So I'm basically making a quote-unquote spiritual successor to Space Engineers, but with RPG elements. And so this is something that is out of scope, but I decided to spend some time this weekend to explore what we could do with vertex painting or material painting. And so my buddy Geo found this plugin and was showing it to me, and I am very impressed so far, and I really would love to use this in the project. Hi, welcome. Let's see. What were you up to, Barb? Let's see. Yeah, so we have a little demo here we were working on. And I would love for our spaceships and space stations to accumulate wear, visible wear, and damage. And that would be really awesome. It's like kind of like a mini game. Not a mini game, but just like another thing for players to do. I write a bit about replication, possible solutions, hot joiners, they can get the same colors. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten actually a theory. Sample. Oh, your message is cut off. I can't read the rest. What? Your message cut off for me. What the heck? That's terrible. It ends in the sample project. Thanks, YouTube. I was playing 100% orange juice and I was really confused. Okay. Yeah, we want hot joiners to work. We got it working for, we just did a dumb multicast to test. Okay. Only works for current players that mostly use RPC, summarize. Right, you would store the paint jobs you want hot joiners to get also. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. So you basically need to store a queue of actions, right? Yeah, okay. That's something I can do. I know how to do that. Because that's actually how the spaceships themselves are synchronized. The grid store block add operations. And so you just synchronize that queue when you synchronize the ships. Array set notify or notify. Yep. Have the client just paint jobs. Yeah. Yep. That's probably how we'll do it. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining, Alex. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I did see that your licenses are a bit stricter than the other ones I've worked with. So if I do pass the limits, I will reach out to you. Let's see. Just to pass it, thinking of our vertex RGB as temperature dirt damage. Yeah. Well, we can come up with a system for it for sure. But we are getting close to time. I do need to hop off here. So please, if you're enjoying the project so far, please follow. I will definitely do more experimentation with this tonight and tomorrow. And Geo, we will talk. I would love to work together. I'm gonna go rest cat. It's 1 right now and exhausted. Awesome. Yeah. It should be for you instance, can paint every frame, so a tuning that array will be huge, make it easier for client to request the yeah, there would have to be some sort of like colors, the mesh data, serialized strings, send them to the client or something. Oh, I see. So kind of like encoding it as a string and synchronize the string. Yeah. That can work. Project sounds cool. Good luck with it. Sorry for doing. No, please, Alex. I greatly appreciate the time you take to check me out. You're totally good. So as check out what you're saying, message packet size limit. That's honestly, I don't worry about that level. Check out we're working in a more abstract. We're not worried about we're just working a layer above that. So like Unreal Engine's handling that problem. As far as the developer is concerned, I want this object, this data to appear over there. Go do it. And the engine does the rest. We're not working at that level. Yeah, but I am wrapping up here. So I did start a bit late today. Sorry, everybody. I have decided to take the day off tomorrow. So no stream tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday at 4 p.m. I will be streaming with... Actually, no, that's not true. I will be doing game dev Wednesday. So I will do... It's a demo feature Wednesday. I'll be doing game dev in the morning. And I will be streaming Phoenix Wright with Puffin. We're going to raid into her, and I will be a guest on her stream. So if that sounds fun to you, consider following me. And I will see you then. But let's find someone to raid, shall we? And Alex, thank you so much again. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your assistance. I will definitely poke you if we run into other issues with it. And I'll throw an update at you. Yeah, raid message. What is said on the new follower message? Banshee. It's a Banshee. Oh, I want to raid Jackie and never get to raid her. Let's raid Jackie. All right. Raid message is let's do something simple. Kitty cat raid. Kitty cat raid. All right. Miss Jackie CR. You have a crazy username, Jackie. Miss Jackie CR. It worked. Okay. See you once, everybody. Thank you.